We found a loophole in the U.S. economy. If Dave & Buster's carries interest, like if the points accrue
These
interest
cards
over
have
time,
interest.
then we can buy Dave & Buster's points and flip them for real cash.
It's true. It's true. I
So
saw it with my own
true.
2 eyes.
Now, unfortunately, they probably don't actually have interest, but if they do,
they're fucked.
then we have discovered gold. Oh, and
Yes,
by the way,
it
Jordan,
is.
is your mic sensitivity in the right place?
I think it is.
Because you better go
Okay.
catch
It's
it.
also
Oh, fucking got him.
I sure hope it
it's-
does.
it's in the right place, but at the same time,
How's
like,
Pizza gonna get a job now?
hopefully this works. If it doesn't, it'll be even funnier. And welcome to the Yearlies.
Hi.
Is the constipation edition of the Yearlies intro.
No,
Welcome to the
no, do not play the constipation card.
I didn't know that was a card.
There's a card for everything. I have in my notes today, only play this for the Mick sympathy card. All right?
What?
There
Okay.
are strategies, there are cards for everything. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a very complex game.
Yes. Well, not really.
I played.
Yes, it is.
Who did it, huh?
All right.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. It is
Yeah,
very
I'm
complex.
gay. Good at Yu-Gi-Oh.
Happy Pride Month.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
Everyone in the server is.
Yeah.
No, 'cause
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh's
Well,
one
no,
word,
I suck at
technically.
it.
I fucking
Um,
suck
Oh, is
at
it?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay.
I'm Bay, dude.
You were
So
fine when I
2007.
taught you.
So
2007.
Yes, yes.
I have a theory, not a theory. I would guess that if we asked the general consensus of the universe what the best year of gaming was, the majority would say 2007.
Yeah.
Fuck.
2007 was pretty big. Like, it's not my favorite year, but like, respect the game, respect the hustle.
There are a lot of good things happened in
It's-
2007.
it's
not
like,
just with
I don't-
gaming. but-
It's not my favorite year either, and I don't think it's most people's favorite year, but almost everyone has at least one favorite game that came out in 2007.
One top
Oh, yeah.
50 for each of us.
So
It's
if
scattered.
2007, 2017, 2027 is going to be really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, Graham, I
Yeah.
thought it too. I'm like, it's the 7 is the key.
Oh joy, 5 years.
The
How
problem
eager.
the problem with that theory though is that there are some people for whom 2017 sucked.
Well, Mick, 2027 is gonna fucking suck for you too.
You don't know that. It could be like a thing because 2007 was pretty good for me.
Wait, for games or for like personal reasons?
Oh, for games. No, remember because 2017 I had nothing and you guys had to vote on like
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I've made peace with if I like a year, you won't like a year, and
But
vice
no,
versa.
we both like 2000. No, 2007 though is just overall great.
Yeah.
It's pretty rad.
2007.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Let's talk about some of the rad games.
Yeah. Who wants to go
High
first with
School
honorable
Musical
mentions?
making the cut. Let's go, boys.
Oh,
Okay,
real?
if that's on Mix, it's not there. So, I spoke up. I'll go first. My God, I'm just looking at my games that made it on, and I'm like, wow, my list is fucking weird.
Weird is good.
Yes.
Oh, weird is great. Contra 4 is like the last good Contra game, if I'm remembering correctly. I think they made like one other, and people weren't stoked on it. Contra 4 DS game, very good Contra game. Comes with Contra 1 and Super C. And I beat Contra this way without using the 30 live code, and I felt really, really good about it. So I have a very nostalgic place for this one. Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn is a great Fire Emblem game. I know who you guys are. Let's move on.
Fair.
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Spirit Caller was one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Games before Yu-Gi-Oh! Became complicated.
Yeah.
I like GX. No one else likes GX. Let me like GX. You hang out with...
love GX.
Okay, I think I think a lot of people think GX is dumb. I think it's the best.
No,
I
people think 5Ds is dumb, and they're wrong.
Did you say fried beans?
5Ds.
5Ds.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I kind of
fried
also-
beans.
I also heard
5Ds
fried-
nuts.
I also okay. All right.
5Ds,
Welcome to
Mr. Squidward,
2007,
5Ds.
everybody. We're sorry if this is the last episode you listen to. I could talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Dubs all day, but
Oh yeah, where the hell did we?
but it's an honorable
The
mention. So I'll just-
Yearlies coming up.
I'll just say
Jesus.
it's one of my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh games. You can tame dual spirits, and they all have these fun special abilities that you use as you're exploring Duel Academy. I just really like the main campaign of experiencing the anime this way. I had a great time with it as a kid. Almost wrote a guide about it, but then I didn't. Zack and Wiki was this really weird Wii game.
It was like wasn't that like it's like a kind of like a point and click adventure, but not really.
Yeah, well, yeah. So it was a point and click adventure, but like you could die all the fucking time, and that's what held it back from me. Like it's a series of levels of point and click adventures. You solve trials, but if you like do the puzzle wrong, you'll more often than not die a gruesome death and have to like summon a voodoo doll to like bring yourself back to life. And I think if you put lives in a point and click game, that's not good. But the inherent puzzles themselves, the inherent game is really good. You use Wiki, your monkey, and turns into a bell, and you can turn any animal into like regular tools, which I think is kind of funny. Like you can turn a centipede into a centip saw.
Like JoJo, the monkey wrench.
Oh God.
Yeah. Okay.
I think a point and click game that removes my ability to stupidly brute force puzzles is probably the last point and click I would
Listen,
ever
if
play.
I had a nickel for every point and click adventure game starring a pirate that involves using a monkey as a tool, I'd have 2 nickels, which I know isn't a lot.
But it's weird
that it happened twice.
All right.
Speaking of pirates, Zelda Phantom Hourglass is a sequel, is a fucking sequel to the Wind Waker.
Okay, there I see the connection.
That nobody but me likes. And I like this game a lot.
Hey, I like Phantom Hourglass.
If you say so.
I like it, I just like Spirit Tracks more.
Okay. Well, anyways, this is the first Zelda game I beat, and I don't think I'm blinded by nostalgia. Yes, the Temple of the Ocean King is shitty, but I have grown numb to it, so I don't care. And I just love Linebeck. I like exploring the sea, and I think the dungeons and bosses are good. Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction. We're gonna save it. I can only play so many Ratchet and Clank cards, and Tools of Destruction is a good one, but there's a better one coming out in 2009.
Do you have Ratchet and Clank in your deck? That hasn't been part of the meta in years.
Personally, I'm more of a Jack and Daxter deck person myself.
Oh, no. Jack and Daxter is no longer allowed. Tournament rules got updated in 2008.
What game have I been playing?
2007's running joke, everything is a Yu-Gi-Oh card?
Oh, no.
So now, Taylor, you have to popcorn somebody like we're in 8th grade reading.
I cannot believe you just used popcorn. That was my playwriting, screenwriting's warm-up exercise.
I was to be like, yeah, I eat that. It's yeah.
Well,
all right. Well, Clanky, I'll popcorn you because I want you to talk about the Simpsons game.
Oh, I wasn't ready.
Oh,
okay,
it's
fine. So Super Mario Galaxy is on the list. Team Fortress 2 is on the list. WarioWare Smooth Moves is on the list. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All is on the list. Beautiful Katamari. We finally got there, boys. Beautiful Katamari is my first Katamari game. I think this is the one where you actually roll the fucking ball through space, and that's really cool. I think that Beautiful Katamari also had a versus mode where you and somebody else were dropped in the same area and had to try to roll up as much shit as you could. And whoever made the biggest Katamari was loved by the dad more. But I didn't play
This is
it
why I
much
fucking hate video games, because this one appeals to the male fantasy. I am proud of you, son.
No, dude, you don't want the king of all cosmos loves. He's a fucking dick.
Yeah, he's like top 10 worst gamer dads, you know?
Oh, that's a list. Fuck.
But I played that versus mode with my stepmom once and never with anyone else ever again. So if you guys
and then she got your dad's love.
So if you guys want to, that's such a hold on, that's such a funny joke. I have to acknowledge it for a second.
I was immediately like, why is everyone not laughing?
No, that was a good joke. I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge it, but it was really good.
I was laughing.
So yeah. Anyway,
I'm sorry. I wasn't laughing because I was slightly distracted. and I didn't hear the joke. Someone sent me a picture of.
It's like the greatest joke I've ever met.
I'm sorry, but someone just sent me an image of Princess Daisy, gangster executing MC Ballyhoo. so I was kind of distracted.
Yeah, I get it, Nick. We all need to have priorities.
Look,
So,
it's a joke that
You know
needed
where
to
to drop
simmer
it.
for a little bit. That's the thing about
Mar-
it.
Mario Party 8.
Oh, let me just say, Clanky, beautiful Katamari, very good, kind of short.
Yeah,
Like
I
for
mean, it's a
Katamari.
Katamari game. It's
Oh,
No,
a
I'm
but like
short.
even
Is
for
there anything wrong
Katamari.
with that?
I've
No,
never.
because it's shorter than other
No.
Katamaris. I beat it in like 4 hours, and I felt a little cheap.
I've never. To be fair, I think I played that game back back in 2007. So it's been a while since I played it.
Yeah.
Fair.
All right.
But yeah, Mario Party 8. Don't worry, gang. You'll be hearing my MC Ballyhoo impression again later.
Holy
Legend
excited.
of Zelda.
It's relevant. I can't believe it's relevant.
The Legend of Zelda: The Phantom Hourglass. We kind of already talked about. It's a fun game. I think even though Taylor said he doesn't think he's blinded by nostalgia, I fear that I might be. But I still think that the game is fun. I think that as a follow up to Wind Waker, I guess it could be seen as a little disappointing, but it was on the DS, so
I'm very sick of people roasting them for just being on the DS. It's like,
yeah.
they're
I
good
agree.
games.
I think that the touchscreen controls aren't nearly as bad as people make them out to be.
they're fine.
Yeah, like imagine you were on the D-pad, the DS. You'd be nothing.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
It's like,
Drawn
oh
to
no,
Life,
I'm
I
on one of the
think-
biggest selling consoles of all time. Oh no. Like,
Drawn to Life, I think, is on the list, right?
it is, yeah.
It is.
Okay, so we won't talk about that. And then The Simpsons game. The only Simpsons game bold enough to just be called The Simpsons
The
game.
Simpsons game.
It was
I
slightly intimidating when you said it too. The Simpsons game.
well, yeah,
Question
because
mark.
like
just how Clanky
I think the title's a little self-indulgent and shitty. This is around the time when EA got the license to the Simpsons video game, like Simpsons for video games, and they proceeded to make this game, and then they made a money-grubbing cash grab mobile game that's been out since 2012 and is still regularly getting updates. Don't ask me about that game. I play it too much.
I played the Family Guy version.
Yeah, fair enough. So, the Simpsons game is a platformer where they make a lot of references to the fact that they're in a video game, but it still has, that albeit late Simpsons charm that is still there. The cutscenes are funny.
They
to
are.
an extent. I think that if I remember correctly, some of the jokes didn't land with me, but most of them, it's a Simpsons game. It's gonna make you laugh a little bit at least.
The story was like my favorite part,
something-
actually.
Yeah. No, I mean that is fair. When I beat this game, I beat it the DS version, which
Me too.
I find it interesting because it was a 2D game with the DS game was a 2D platformer with 3D cutscenes, but the console versions are 3D platformers with 2D cutscenes. And I'm just like, I don't know why they decided to do that. I mean, I appreciate that they tried to make the cutscenes for the console version like look like an episode of The Simpsons because we didn't really get that with any of the other Simpsons games. But I have to stop here because I can talk about the Simpsons games forever.
Can I
would
ask
also-
one
I would
question?
also-
Because I have one question I want to ask about. Because correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't the villain in the Simpsons game Will Wright, the creator of Sims?
Yes.
Well,
it's
first
it's
it's Will
the founder
Wright.
of Maxis.
But then it's Matt Groening, and then
Okay.
it's God.
Okay.
Okay.
I see. I would like
Yeah,
to point
but-
out, if it's okay,
Yeah, you're basically right. Yeah, go ahead.
a fun fact about the Simpsons game that I think is correct. Every version of the Simpsons game on each different platform, I think all 6 versions have different box arts.
Yeah,
I
they
think
do,
it's-
and
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
that's a really, that's a really cute and fun detail. Like they also each came with their own individual poster that was parodying another video game. Like the Wii version comes with a Mr. Sparkle poster, and
What?
the like Mr. Sparkle,
Yeah, from
and the PS2 version comes with a I forget, I think it says like Never Quest or something, and it's like a parody of like Legend of Zelda with Homer wearing like the tunic and everything.
They're not real. Okay.
Yeah, no, these are not real games.
Okay.
But yeah,
But the posters are real.
no, the posters are real, but they're parodying like games.
I was like,
Oh,
what
yeah.
fucking
You open it
franchise
up
is
and there's
Mr.
an
Sparkle?
imaginary poster.
I feel like there was some. Yeah.
Quite tragically, though, the game came out the same exact year that we lost someone great. Takes off your hat. Dr. Nick Riviera passed away.
No.
Bye, everybody.
And one other thing I want to mention about the Simpsons game, and then I'll be done. I'm sorry I keep talking about it. Is that
it's
when
okay.
they announced this game, they said it was coming to every console ever, and then later had to update the trailer to go, guys, it's not actually coming to every console ever. The trailer literally had like the Intellivision as one of the consoles it was coming for.
Wait, you didn't play it on Intellivision?
No, I played it on Atari 5200.
I guarantee you there were some ColecoVision fans out there going, where the fuck is our Simpsons game?
I played it on the
No, you
Wii.
can talk about it.
I played it on
played
the
it on
Odyssey.
Mega Odyssey.
Yeah,
Simpsons
Jordan.
Live.
Oh, Jordan, we played the same
The
version.
coveted game 10.
The Simpsons game 10.
Finally, I have all three, and it's game 1, 2, and 3. All right, I'm done. Oh, I have to popcorn somebody. Popcorn Graham.
Yeah, my honorable mentions: Uncharted Drake's
Oh.
Fortune. This is fun.
I would have enjoyed having it on the bracket.
Uncharted is like it's like the finding its footing. Like this is like definitely like feels like a first entry. However, there's a definitely like
That's a good thing.
entry.
It is the first entry.
Yeah.
It's a fun
Yeah.
story.
Very
The gameplay
fun.
exists.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare. That was like one of like that era of gaming is so defined by Call of Duty for me, and like that there's never really been a time period where I like had as much of like a social like gathering just around like Call of Duties. Like I feel like I put it on the list, even though Modern Warfare 2 is better.
Really? You think so?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think most people do, from
In
what I
terms of-
remember as a kid.
In terms of gameplay?
they're basically like the same.
That's why I don't know. I think the story in Modern Warfare 1's a lot stronger.
The problem with like Modern Warfare 1, I feel like the story is kind of more in the background. Like
That's fair, but it's
Modern-
also less stupid.
That I kind of,
Yeah,
if
but-
I had to side with anyone.
at a certain point, I kind of wanted to be stupid.
Oh,
And
but
that's reason-
true.
That's reasonable, and I grant you that. But the problem, I think, with Modern Warfare 2 is that it's not quite the stupid level of Modern Warfare 3, where like
Modern
they're blowing
Warfare,
up the
Modern Warfare 2
3, like they blow up the Eiffel
Yeah.
Tower. Like
Yeah.
like Modern Warfare 2 is in this weird in between position of not being quite grounded, but also not being quite wacky.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm listening to two aliens talking in a language I've never heard before.
Welcome to my life, Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you should this
Matt-
Pokemon game better.
That was so. I could feel like the hate dripping out of Nick's mouth as he said that.
But wait, Pokemon
He was
Peridot has
drooling. I'm just sure of it.
in it.
Mass Effect 1, which like I've talked about, like it's like I really enjoy the setting of Mass Effect, the story of Mass Effect. However, the game is, as I've described previously, what people think third-person shooters are like.
Okay.
Sure.
Still,
That one got Mick harder than I thought.
I'm sorry. The way...
Wow.
and finally, the last game on honorable mentions list, the one and only. That's all my honorable mentions.
I was holding my breath the whole time.
Popcorn, someone, Graham.
How about
Mick,
some next
you
one?
go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm going to go. Backwards, starting with my least honorable mention, and going forward to my most honorable mention. First off, John Woo's Stranglehold, a game I have not played, but I love watching.
Yeah. It
John
looks
Woo,
really cool.
yeah, John Woo's
I've been
Stranglehold.
meaning to finally play it. I have.
Yeah. So if you don't know who John Woo is, he is a action movie director who likes to release doves in his fight scenes.
And have people shoot people in slow motion.
Yeah. And so this game is a game in which it's like 90% diving and going into slow motion. And
You
like
play as Chow Yun Fat.
yeah, it's Yeah, it's kind of like it's a third-person shooter. It's a third-person shooter, very much of its era, but you can like do like these crazy like dive jumps and like these acrobatic stuff in addition to firing your guns, and you can slow down time and slide down banisters and that sort of stuff.
This game killed Midway, or was one of the reasons.
It was worth it. I haven't played it, but I've watched people play it, and it's a lot of fun, and it's funny to watch. Anyway.
Oh, so fun.
Carnival Games. Carnival Games was a minigame collection for the Wii, based around playing, carnival games.
Carnival games.
Great game.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't do anything groundbreaking.
Oh, but it's the only game I got my dad to play with me.
Yeah, but it's like things like, do you ever want to throw baseballs at a pile of milk cans,
Yes.
and actually do that reliably? Well, now you can without having to pay $20.
I remember having a lot of fun with that game back when it launched.
Yeah.
The Barker had a lot of personality.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Carnival Game.
And then he went, "Wah, ha, ha, ha."
That guy versus MC Ballyhoo in a fist fight.
Yeah, I knew we were going there.
The Barker would win, I'm telling you.
Then Lost Planet Extreme Condition. Lost Planet was a third-person shooter. With the premise of it takes place like in the future, and humans are colonizing this snow planet, and they've got like mechs and stuff, but this planet is inhabited by like these giant insect alien type things. But it's an ice planet, and it's really cold, and so they have to wear these you have to constantly collect basically heat by shooting creatures, gaining that energy, and using that to heat yourself. So it's a really interesting, unique game. They actually made 3 of them. The second one, the planet melts, and so that's weird. And then, weirdly, Lost Planet 3 is actually, if anything, Lost Planet 3 is basically they just made Dead Space 3.
Oh no!
And quite ironically, Dead Space 3 made Lost Planet 3. It's weird.
Does Lost Planet 3 have dinosaurs in it, out of curiosity?
No.
Okay, just
curious. I mean, it's unclear. Like, they have, like, giant monsters, and they have, like, giant insect alien things as monsters. And you, like, actually, I forget if this is in the first one, but at least in Lost Planet 2, you can go inside of them and fight them from the interior.
Oh, that's cool.
I played the demo of Lost Planet 2 a bunch of times where you just fight, like, a big monster.
Oh, did I mention the grappling hooks? The game has just grappling hooks built in.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
The game it's a third-person shooter, and it's a lot of fun. And that's really all I can say about it. Also, you get into mechs and fight from mechs and stuff, until you run out of heat for the mechs, and then you have to get out of the mech. Anyway, yeah, so that's Lost Planet. STALKER, Shadow of Chernobyl.
Knew he wouldn't say Stalker. I knew it.
I always pronounce it STALKER because it's not Stalker. It's an acronym.
I know. And I'm like, I know he's going to make that distinction.
It's not called NASA, it's NASA.
Listen.
I'm listening.
So, STLKER Shadow of Chernobyl is the first game in the STLKER franchise. The other games in the franchise are STLKER Clear Sky, STLKER Call of Pripyat, and STLKER 2 Heart of Chernobyl. It takes place...
Seashells by the seashore.
Yeah. STLKER takes place in sort of like an alternate... it's like an alternate history game that takes place in a second Chernobyl disaster that happens in 2006. And this one is this second Chernobyl disaster causes more science fiction fantasy type mutations. But there are also a lot of very valuable things that people want from the Chernobyl exclusion zone, such as, collecting artifacts and scientific readings and stuff. But obviously no one's stupid enough to actually go in there unless you're really desperate, and it is those desperate people that you play as. A stalker, or a scavenger, trespasser, adventurer, loner, killer, explorer, or robber.
Ibuprofen.
Or Robert.
Yeah, Robert. The game is it's like a first-person survival horror shooter, but like it's not like a survival horror shooter the way you're thinking. It's basically just like imagine if you had like a Fallout game where like you had the stats of a rad roach and everyone else had the stats of a super mutant. That's Stalker. It's a big wide open post-apocalyptic world. And you are very vulnerable. People react to bullets in this game like real world bullets. But it's also a lot of fun, and it's without having a lot of like branching choices, it very much allows you to approach problems from any angle you decide to. But yeah. Anyway, so that's SELKER.
All right, that's everything. Christian, you ready?
Wait, I'm not done.
What?
I'm not
Yes,
done.
of course you are. What are you saying?
What
That's all of
controversial
them.
game is after STLKER?
Oh, you're right. Well, Drawn to Life is on the bracket, Mick. I apologize.
No,
Taylor?
No.
It's all of them.
Last game.
It's all of them.
So, I don't listen. It's not that bad. Look, I acknowledge that people
Lost
don't
three
like.
times in a row fighting to get on this bracket.
Listen,
Oh, you're talking about... Oh my god, I'm so upset it's not on here.
listen.
I'm so upset.
I know it's not the best game, but I liked it. And it's one of my favorites, okay? That game, ladies and gentlemen, is Sonic and the Secret Rings.
Yep.
No.
Which I think I've probably caused quite a few of you to click out of the video already because, well, clearly this person's opinions are gonna mess up any reasonable dialogue. But no, I'm just gonna stick my neck out for a bit. I like Sonic and the Secret Rings. It is a bizarre game. You are constantly running forward in the game.
No, you're not.
What do you mean? No.
I think there's some menus you have to get through first, so you're not always running.
But you're
No.
always listening to Make Beliefs Reborn.
What I mean by you're always running is that you don't actually control Sonic. He's always trying to move forward, and you have to deliberately tell him not to. And you control the game by tilting the Wii remote left and right, so you steer rather than control him.
It's a racing game.
Similarly, preventing Sonic from moving forward is what Sega's been doing for the last 15 years.
They Make Beliefs Reborn.
The premise of the game is that Sonic falls asleep reading the 1001 Nights and wakes up in the book.
Oh,
Mick, who are you pushing to? We all know what this game is.
Yeah, actually,
Listen.
Mick,
Yeah.
okay.
before you continue, I have a question for you.
Yeah?
Are you putting this in the honorable mentions bracket for this decade?
Yes, I will.
All right.
You know what?
And
I'll
let's
save
stop
that
here.
then.
Good.
I was thinking the same thing, Christian. I'm like, I'm not going through this twice.
No, Mick, you should start
Yeah.
from the beginning when we do the honorable mentions bracket.
Oh, I will start from the beginning, believe me.
Yeah.
Come
But
on,
yeah.
Christian.
I forget we do those things.
All right, Mick, Popcorn, you have two options.
He has one.
Jordan's here.
I have a couple honorable mentions, Taylor.
A couple?
Oh, so
Oh,
you
yeah, that's
do.
right, you do. All
You
right.
have one.
So, Jordan.
All right, I'll make this real quick. The game I played the most out of any game that I had, because 2007 was a rare year where I was actually playing a lot of video games, which is weird in hindsight. But the game I actually played the most this year out of everything else was 2007 MLB The Show. I played this a lot. I know the soundtrack almost by heart. I was getting Jason Giambi off to a year that would have given him like over 61 home runs, I think. It's a really nice.
2007 Yankees.
Yeah, they were all right. Yeah, no, it was as far as MLB The Show games go, it was a pretty good one. It's probably been outdone by more contemporary ones, but I played the shit out of this in 2007, and I knew that there was no reason to put it on the bracket because there was no reason I was going to sell a lot of you guys on a sports game.
But it's
The
got
Simpsons
Rex
game-
Hudler that talks to you!
Jordan, I used to play. I used to play a lot of MLB games on the N64, so you might have gotten me a little bit with the nostalgia grab.
Weirdly, this
I
was
don't think that-
weirdly, this one was a PlayStation exclusive. It's weird.
Yeah,
I might have played
it
it.
was, and
Ken
this
Griffey
was
Jr.'s
before
Major
because
League.
this was the PlayStation exclusive because at the same time 2K7 and 2K8 was the Xbox MLB game. So and then that only lasted a couple more years.
That's also really
So-
weird that a 07 game comes out in 07.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah,
Darn
and then I
hard.
put the Simpsons game on here because I played the Simpsons game, but only got to the second level because I could not for the life of me figure out how to get out of the planetarium. So maybe I would have enjoyed more of it. I'd beat that level.
I'm gonna blaze through my
Holy
Ani
heck!
Menchie's.
By the way, you weren't kidding. This game does have a great soundtrack.
It does. It does.
I'm gonna blaze.
Hold on, we don't know who Jordan popcorned yet.
Oh yeah,
Christian,
Jordan.
go.
Yeah, you have to choose someone. You have two
You.
options.
Yeah.
So, Drawn to Life is on the bracket. Persona 3 is on the bracket. Osu is probably one of my favorite rhythm games. Played it 2 times, one in 2013 and one last year. In 2013, it was just basically a fucking meme game where I picked a bunch of stupid meme songs and tried to put them all on the easiest difficulty and see if I could win. And then last year, it was, I'm actually going to play to get good. Like, I want to get the player ranking less than 1 million. We're going 6 digits, baby. I never did. But I know more about approach rates, and I know more about, like, I got introduced to a lot of songs that I actually really like today. So, much credit to Osu, and much credit to trying to get an S rank on the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny.
And much credit to Elite Beat Agents, which spawned it.
Sure. Going from one rhythm game to another, Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock. I only ever
I
played
like
this
this
on
one.
easy, because my finger couldn't reach the blue button. So,
Yeah, me too.
so I just only played it on easy. But this also introduced me to a lot of songs that I like too, in particular being their remix of "The Devil Went Down to Georgia" is really, really good. And also, I think this is a DLC song, but I forget which band did this. "Prayer of the Refugee." Jordan, who did that song? No worries.
Rise Against.
Rise Against.
We can't bring up my honorable mention again in Christian's list, guys.
You know, Guitar Hero is definitely one of those games that brought families together, because I remember playing that game a lot with my family, out of all people.
I
same
see.
with Guitar Hero 2.
I think I played the
I
game
don't-
wrong.
I don't remember which Guitar Hero it was, but one of them had a DLC song that was Trogdor from
What the
Homestar
fuck?
Runner.
No.
Yeah.
I forget which one it was, but Trogdor was a DLC song.
Oh God.
I thought that was just like you can mod any song into these at some point.
Well,
Well,
like,
that's
but
Clone
yeah, like
Hero.
later on, but like officially, like they had Trogdor as one of the songs.
Yeah.
in
Eventually,
his
Guitar
DLC.
Hero, like fan base wise, became Clone Hero, and that's what people play today. So, but yeah,
Hey, it's got Through the Fire and the Flames, and that was fucking phenomenal to me.
Yes.
that song I never played it
Oh,
because I was too
yes.
baby. But it's a great song. Thrillville Off the Rails
Here we go, baby!
Was
Thrillville
good.
off the rails!
was good for literally 2 things. It's Diet Roller Coaster Tycoon, so I built coasters, and I made mini golf courses. I didn't play anything else. Those are the only 2 things I did, because everything else sucked. But
You didn't befriend the people in the park. You didn't befriend
No.
the robots.
Why would I
No.
do that? They're nameless.
You didn't meet Tim Twinklefingers.
No. I built
Tim
coasters.
Twinklefingers.
I built coasters, and I built mini golf courses. And then I rode the coasters, and I played the mini golf courses.
Can't believe you played Thrillville off the rails wrong.
No, the right way to play Thrillville Off the Rails is take the game, throw it in the trash, and buy Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. That's
You
the
go-
correct
Is it-
way of playing
Is it in the trash bin next to the bongos from Jungle Beat?
Thrillville Off the Rails is next to the bongos.
Thrillville off the rails is a great game.
But why would I
I-
befriend people that don't exist?
You know what? I'm
This-
crossing it out of my honorable mentions. Fuck
This game and one of the and one other game that's on the bracket are part of the library games that got stolen. Someone broke into my house, and stole our
Christian,
Wii.
you made it look
Shit.
pretty.
Don't worry, I'm gonna make it look prettier. I think it wears this really nicely. So,
You just put
I
it on
remember-
to roast it. I'm so offended.
What the fuck are we
I-
talking about? Wait, what's going
I
on?
remember back
Thrillville.
in the day. Yeah,
I know,
Christian
but
crossed off Thrillville. He crossed off Thrillville on his honorable mentions.
Oh,
I can
Um,
move on to Super
but-
Paper Mario, but Clanky, you have a story.
I really,
Yes,
really
please.
quick. I played Thrillville a lot as a kid as well, and I remember thinking it was better than Theme Parks Roller Coaster, which was another big PS2 game I played back in the day.
God. Oh,
But I think
See?
that's the only nice thing I have to. But that is the only nice thing I have to say about it. So.
Thrillville, 10 out of 10. Clanky says.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a 25 out of 10. How'd you know?
Damn, that's an improper fraction. Super Paper Mario I never played, but I have seen the entirety of several times, and I actually
Best
think
Mario story ever.
it is one of the best video game stories ever, in my opinion. Honestly,
Wow.
I really did.
Yeah,
Look,
a friend of mine was really talking it up back in the day. In the lunchroom, he'd be like, "Oh, I'm playing Super Paper Mario, and there's this vampire character, and he's a boss that becomes like he helps you out in the final boss, and it's just all these fun things. And it sounds so bizarre, but so cool."
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about it. I think anyone who hasn't experienced it should watch a playthrough of Super Paper Mario. I think it is really good.
Oh, sorry if I spoiled it. I apologize.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about, actually. So you're in for a treat.
Oh, my bad.
Mr. L's theme, fantastic.
Portal's on the list. Peggle's on the bracket. Surf's Up. I meant to watch gameplay. I meant to watch gameplay footage of this before the Yearlies, but I got a bit caught up. So,
Have you never played this game?
No, I've played this game. I played it a long time ago, and I honestly, it sort of spawned my love of like these sort of like trick-based, do get points by doing like cool stunts kind of games. But I couldn't tell you a single thing about the game because
Wait, based off the movie?
Yeah.
based off the surprisingly good movie Surf's Up, yeah. Couldn't tell you a single thing about the game though, other than that, because I haven't watched any gameplay and it probably sucks. And finally,
You be
Funkies.
this fucking game.
I was obsessed with UB Funkies when someone, I think it was Clanky, gave me 2 UB Funkies for absolutely free. It was the flower and the sun.
I think you're right because I remember owning those two and then not owning
Dude,
those.
my
two.
sister and I got like all the first generation Funkies.
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, I feel like I have like very little nice things to say about my honorable mentions.
Well, this game
because
fucking sucks.
UB Funkies also sucks.
It's terrible, but like I was so invested in like the idea that it could be better.
That's the thing. UB Funkies had an amazing idea. If it came with better mini games, then it would be an amazing like sort of like MMO. But
You remember how I was saying Club Penguin has nothing to do?
UB Funkies, let's get fucking
UB
real.
Funkies would like to have words.
It's like honestly.
Yeah.
But that's all my honorable mentions. I don't think I have
Cool.
anything else to add.
All right,
Awesome.
let's
get
get
into
our
it?
hearts broken.
We do this every year, at least. We get our hearts broken. It's kind of the thing.
You know what? It doesn't get any easier.
For those of
Right.
you following along at home, round 3 is probably looking particularly delicious at the moment.
Oh,
Yummy,
yeah.
yummy.
I don't have much of a stake in that one, but it'll be fun.
Oh, I have steak.
Yeah.
I have a delicious filet mignon for that one. So
Mm.
Oh, I don't have any stake in it
Tasty.
either. It's just gonna be wild.
Yeah. So we go on to the first round, which I believe. Christian, do you want to go with these titles that you have for the things?
do
Or should
whatever
I
you want.
Just ignore those.
Announce whatever you
Well, this-
announce it however you like.
Well, round 1 of the regular has been nicknamed the Dungeon.
Oh, that. Oh, you mean that? Oh, yeah. You can read those
Yes.
off. I like them.
Okay, the Dungeon we go into first. Which, sure, fine. We have Sam and Max Save the World, which is a Taylor pick, versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All, which is a Clanky pick. Who would like to go first?
Clanky, you can take Justice for All if I can take Trials and Tribulations.
But what? How about we be nice and try to both talk about those good games?
I mean, we can, and I'll say lots of nice things about Justice for All, but I'll be honest, part of the reason for putting Justice for All was to block Sonic and the Secret Ring.
Are you serious?
Oh,
No, of
Oh,
course I
boy.
like this game better. Are you kidding me?
Demand a recount.
Of course I like it. Guys, this is a fucking Ace Attorney game. Are you fucking kidding me? This game is better than 90% of the bracket.
Damn, bold claim.
I'm exaggerating a little because I
You're
actually
really
don't
gonna
even...
say that in front of WarioWare smooth moves?
All right.
Y'all didn't answer my question. Who's going first?
I love the Yearlies so much. I love you guys.
I think
I
Draw
really
to
do.
Life
Yes.
would like to have a word.
All right.
Do you want
I
to
can
go
go
first,
first.
Taylor? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, Taylor's
All
gonna
right.
go first in 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm gonna talk about Sam and Max if that's cool.
Yeah, do it.
Because
Right on, little buddy.
yeah, this is probably my favorite buddy duo in games. Like, let's take a 6-foot dog who wears suits and a small psychotic rabbit, and
Ethan.
they're
Rabbity
freelance
thing.
police. They're freelance police. They go around solving crimes and are apparently canonically married. So
I'm
be
pretty sure
proud.
that's not the case.
I learned that very recently. I think it's a comic book thing. Anyways, this is the first season of 3 of Telltale's point-and-click series. It's broken down into 6 episodes, and you solve various cases. And there's a running theme of various people being hypnotized, and you have to figure out, who's pulling the strings behind the mask. But the humor in this game is so great. I'm gonna just tell you a couple of the scenarios, a couple of my favorite jokes. You go onto a TV set, and one of the things that you need to do is you need to audition for a show called Midtown Cowboys. And in this show, you need to block your landlord, who is a chicken, from finding out that you're hiding a cow. So you solve a point-and-click puzzle where you have to dress your cow up as a chef and pass him off as a 5-star chef, and you do this all through point-and-click puzzles. It's amazing. In another puzzle, you have to interrogate a guy named Leonard by breaking him down with "Yo Mama" jokes. Then there's just a flat-out musical number about war. I realized that Mick has actually seen Sam and Max, so I don't have to play this card. But there's a mobster rat named Jimmy Two Teeth.
I played the game.
Right? No, I know. That's what I just said.
Yeah.
But I had it written down because there's a mobster rat named Jimmy Two Teeth, and I think that's funny. I also think that the puzzle difficulty of this one is because it's a Telltale game. I don't know if it's because it's a Telltale game, but there are just less things to click on than maybe in another point and click, so you're more likely to run into the solution through brute force if you want. And there's even a hint system where Max will just give you hints. A lot of great side characters, tic-tac-toe included, and it's really just the humor and buddy dynamic of Sam and Max that make this so memorable. This was my favorite thing in the world for a time, and I always, when I'm customizing my personal stuff, like my computer or my phone, I like to always have some Sam and Max representation nearby.
Yeah. By the way, they're not married. That's not the thing. I didn't want to call you on it because I was fairly certain that wasn't the case, but I needed to look up.
It was a YouTube comment. Okay.
Yeah.
They did it for tax purposes, like Chuck and Larry.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Yes. Always a reliable source. YouTube comments. They've never let me down yet.
Listen, Ace Attorney Justice for All is pretty good too.
Oh yeah, it's better than Sonic and the Secret Rings, apparently.
Would we give justice for Sonic and the Secret Rings? How about that? Huh?
It was collusion.
Justice for All is actually a good game. Okay? Yes, we have 2 Ace Attorneys on here. Yes, one of the Ace Attorneys is better, so talking about this is going to make the other one redundant. But it doesn't matter because this is still Ace Attorney. I mean, listen. Clanky talk now.
Oh, we gotta listen to me.
No, do you want to listen to me talk for 4 more minutes? Seriously.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I've also played it.
Yeah, sure.
So Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All, is a very, very, very good game. I played it first during the pandemic because I played through the first Phoenix Wright and I was like, I want to play through the other Phoenix Wright. So I played Justice for All. I bought it off of eBay, and I was I was very pleasantly surprised that the humor still works, the cases are still like puzzling and interesting. In fact, I would go as far as to say that even though there is another Phoenix Wright game that I like a lot more, and we're definitely going to get into it later, I still think that Justice for All has some of the best overall spread of cases in any Phoenix Wright game. I know that might be contentious because everyone fucking hates the silly clown case, but I love
the silly clown case.
Everyone,
it's really fun.
that's what I'm
But the
saying. Yes,
clown.
most people think that the silly clown case is awful, and like I can't agree less. I think that case is probably one of the best like filler Phoenix Wright cases.
Because what I was going to say, Clanky, is I think the first two cases are kind of mid.
Well, the first case, I mean, yes, with fucking Roger Worthington or whatever the Beef Wellington, I forget his name. Like, that guy is the worst. I totally commend that. That case was awful. I hated that.
Just remember, Christian is midway through the game right now.
I am not
Right.
midway. I beat the tutorial.
Okay. So
That sentence started so strong.
the second case is good but not great, and
Right.
I think that's what is holding the game back in my
And so, Clanky, when you say that there's a great spread, that's half the cases right there. I think that the lack of a fifth case does make this one feel a little shallower.
Yeah, but the first, I mean, I hated the first case, I hated the fifth case in the first game, so I'm kind of glad that we only got 4.
Still.
I know most people disagree with that. I think it's overly long and boring, and I don't give a shit about Emma.
Wow.
Yeah,
Not prepared
sorry.
for that.
Yeah, sorry. That's why. But we're not talking about that game. We're talking about Justice for All. So my point is that the only case that I think isn't fun isn't good is the tutorial case, and the tutorial case takes up what, like, a half an hour of playtime compared to that however many amount of time you're going to play the rest of the game. So
45
I think
minutes.
overall the spread, whatever. I think that the spread of the cases is a lot better in Justice for All than some people give it credit for, because a lot of people don't like a lot of the cases in this game.
Well, I'll
Either
say
way,
this.
there are a lot of fun twists and turns in this game, especially in the last case that I'm not going to get into, but easily some of like the most jaw-dropping moments in Phoenix Wright for me. But yeah, anyway, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, when it came out, it did have the best case in the series, but it's still up there. But we have evolved since then. So like, I love this game, but there are just other better Ace Attorneys. But hey, the addition of Psyche Locks is great, and trials are a little meatier, and you can present profiles.
Aren't they just called Cyclocks?
Psyche Locks. I always said Psyche, but maybe you're right.
Yeah, like the anime.
Well, I always thought that they were called Cyclocks because, fuck, I can't talk about that. Never mind.
You know,
All right,
Clanky, you know what the thing is? You're probably absolutely right, but I absolutely refuse to call them differently than what I've been calling them for the last 15 years.
That's a lot
I
of
respected it.
most
I
of the
respect
things
it.
I say, honestly.
Graham, do you want to say anything?
Well, I feel like my opinion is null and void by, like, for the first half of this, I thought this was the third game. Because I can't keep track of like I always get like mixed up. I always feel like
The meaningless interchangeable
Justice for All.
subtitles.
Yeah, Justice for All. That's a third game name.
All right, let's vote then.
Yeah, we probably should. Now the voting order for this one, and I decided beforehand that I'm going to do something a little different. We're actually going to go a sort of backwards order from how we usually do it. So the order today is going to be Taylor, Graham, Clanky, Mick, Christian.
If you say that's backwards, I'll choose to believe you, but I cannot keep track.
Didn't Christian make his number 1 so he could go first? And now he's going last.
I did do that. I was like, I'm gonna be number 1, so Jordan will pick me first.
That's what was causing my clown detector to go off.
You did it, Christian. You beat the system. Oh, wow, that really got the Clanky. That is a hard laugh. Oh,
This
he's
is
muted.
the most genuine I've ever heard
He's
Clanky
laughing
laugh.
so hard he doesn't want us to hear it.
Okay. I'm done. I'm okay.
I'm sorry, I did it wrong.
Is this a bad time to say come back to me?
Oh, for frying out bacon.
I love how you censored yourself for something that wasn't even a swear.
I was gonna say for fuck's sake, but
Oh, okay.
I don't know, man. All right.
I want to see where the vote is. I need to see if I'll end up being a tiebreaker. That's
You were close.
I guess that means we're starting with Graham.
Hey, I played Vince Wright.
Okay.
Just voted for.
All right. Clanky.
I'm giving it to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All.
Okay. Mick.
I am giving it to Sam and Max Save the World because in this game, after every single chapter in this game, you collect a souvenir. And in the third chapter, you just take a person and have him tied up and stuffed in the closet. And,
Did you remember to feed Leonard today, Max?
No, instead he just subsists on spiders.
Perfect. More games should have that.
Spiders. Yes.
All right. Christian.
It was actually amazing how close.
We should go back to Taylor first. We should hear what Taylor's gonna say first.
No.
Yeah, no, we should go hear what Taylor has
No.
to say first. Yeah.
No.
It was actually amazing how close the conversation was to making me vote for Sam and Max Save the World. But at the end of the day, Justice for All has Franziska von Karma in it, and also I played the first Phoenix Wright and I really liked it. So, Justice for All it is.
Okay.
I'll vote for Sam and Max then.
Yeah. All right. No, I almost said Mick, but I meant Taylor. Okay. 3-2 Phoenix Wright.
No, I'll go
Okay.
by Nick sometimes.
Yes. You go undercover as Mick. And play
Without Mick's
Hitman as
knowledge.
Mick. Yeah.
No,
Okay.
Taylor's a great ventriloquist.
No, I'm his stand-in.
He really
I'm
is. No, it's funny because while Taylor is the ventriloquist in the group, Graham is the only person here who's.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, okay. You know what,
Yeah, it's
ladies and
what it is.
gentlemen, if you've been paying attention long enough, you already know what the joke is going to be. So let's all just go. Ha ha. Good one, Jordan.
Earlier.
Hey, Vinny, are you enjoying your first year?
Christian's a ventriloquist, but I don't know here with the wooden leg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's been a blast so
gonna
far.
be.
Been having a blast, thank God.
Yeah, it's been a blast.
Oh my God.
We have Vinny from Amiibo Central listening in on us today. Look forward to him in a later bracket.
That's his theme song.
Perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
All right. Round 2. We have. Okay.
Sorry.
So
Going back, sit down now.
I'm sorry. I feel bad.
I'm having an amazing
Keeping
night.
him in a cage, and we're only letting him out for like brief moments.
Ring the bell.
I don't like that I have this power over another human being.
It's like, can I go home
Fuck
now?
you love it.
I don't.
I miss my cat.
Oh no.
Oh, this is horrifying. All right. So the thing is that this round is it's my wild card pick. So, and usually my wild card pick loses, but this one seems winnable, and therefore that means it's
Thanks,
going
Jordan.
to lose.
No. This is winnable.
I
I
know
know
it's
what that
winnable,
means.
but you don't need to tell him.
I know what this means.
I
It is
care about
fantasy.
games too, you know.
It's Final Fantasy Fables, Chocobo Tales, which is a Taylor pick,
Damn straight.
versus my wildcard pick, which is Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. Can I actually start with a disclaimer?
Sure.
All right, let me start the clock. 3, 2, 1, go. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I didn't really have much for 2007, so I put up this game because it was a game I'd played, and I had a lot of fondness with Lego Star Wars. I love these games. I really enjoyed doing both the original and the prequel missions. I like picking up other stuff. I like using the Force I liked the random clip during the original trilogy mission where there's just a random video of the stormtroopers moving towards the camera that looks like a weird Join the Empire music video. It's I have fondness towards these games, even though I basically put this in as like a nothing pick. So I mean,
I have something to add, Jordan.
Yeah, okay, Graham.
This was the other game that got stolen from my house.
Oh no.
But that's on the bracket this year.
So
Fuck.
I would like to say that had it not been the wild card, this would have been on my list.
Hell yeah.
So, is it okay if I start talking about Lego Star Wars?
Please do.
So, Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga is, as you might have guessed from that name, it is a Lego. It is a combination of the first Lego Star Wars and its sequel, Lego Star Wars 2: The Original Trilogy, as it is the complete saga, the real saga, the only one. Interestingly, like, more than just being a combination of the two previous games, it actually is just like a new game that happens to combine the missions from both.
New game is a strong word.
No, I mean,
It's got new content. But no. Here's my point. It's not just like you put the disc in, you open it up, and it says, "Would you like to play the first one or the second one?" No, there's a new hub.
Oh yeah,
world,
no, it's not a
all the
collection.
levels. If you were to play Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga and you didn't know that there were two previous Lego Star Wars games, you would not know that there were two previous Lego Star Wars games. It is probably the most complete because it's got everything you could ever want.
Didn't it also introduce the character creator?
oh my god.
It might
I
have.
think that was
could have
original
sworn, I thought,
trilogy.
Yeah, I thought that was
Was
in the original trilogy first. But nevertheless,
Okay,
it does.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, but it certainly carried it forward. And most of the levels from the previous games come over, but also some new ones, like games that or like levels that were cut in production. They finished them and added them back. So there is the chase sequence in Coruscant, where there's a successive bunch of bounty hunters who send other bounty hunters after bounty hunters. There's a lot of new, interesting changes, new features from the original trilogy, like gameplay stuff from the original trilogy being added into the prequel trilogy game. Like they updated the first, second, and the first, second, and third episode levels. So like you can do things like building and ride vehicles, and you can they added like areas that are only accessible using characters from anyway. So yeah, that's the I guess that's everything I have to say about it. It's just more Lego Star Wars, and who doesn't want more Lego Star Wars?
Exactly.
A guy who wants Final Fantasy Fables Chocobo Tales.
Who's that?
Me. It's me. I'm Final Fantasy Taylor.
You want to play as a chicken? Is that what you
Yeah.
want?
You know what? Maybe I actually no. I hate chickens. I fucking hate chickens. I'm gonna vote for Star Wars.
Well, shit. What a
But
pitch.
it's okay. Well, because chocobos aren't chickens, so it's okay. Here's the deal. This is my first Final Fantasy game. I got it at a Hollywood Video in Martha's Vineyard.
Ooh.
The Vineyard Returns.
Wow.
This is a video game in which you try to stop an evil book. Wait, don't go, please.
I love evil books. What are you talking about?
Listen, this is very much a marketed to children game, but there is so much more value than what you see on the surface. This is a mini game, micro game, and card battler hybrid. Okay, so here's what that means. You will get various storybooks of fairy tales and Mother Goose stories told from the perspective of Final Fantasy characters. So you'll get like Chocobo and the Beanstalk. You'll get the tortoise and the cactar. The boy who cried Leviathan. And like they're told in like super charming childhood story tales, and they create mini games based out of the stories. And the mini games are like, there's a lot of depth in them because they come with different difficulty levels and different challenge modifiers, and they all have multiple missions to complete. And with the more missions you complete, you can earn the book will end in multiple different ways. And this is my favorite part of the game. Have you guys ever played the Minish Cap?
I know it.
Okay, well, this would have worked better if you guys had played the Minish Cap.
I did.
But so, in Minish Cap, you can do this thing where you fuse kinstones, and fusing kinstones, like, various things will happen in the world.
Like Decius.
That's like what happens in this game. You get an ending, and then something really interesting will happen in the world, and you'll, like, be able to progress in the story, or you'll, like, find a new pop-up card. And like finding the endings in the book is really, really addictive, and you're constantly getting rewarded for just playing the game. And none of this is talking about the surprisingly fun card battling game in which you get different trading cards that consist of various enemies and characters in the game. And like you play like a little rock, paper, scissors duel where you collect mana and launch specific attacks. And it's so much fun. And this game actually is the first game that taught me. I love when video games have card games in them, like as a side game. I don't like when like deck building games are fun on their own, but like I'm talking about like shit like Gwent and Triple Triad and
Caravan.
And,
Splatoon 3 has something like that, actually.
Exactly, those kinds of things. And this one is so much fun.
Taylor, can I ask,
go ahead.
how much of the game is this card mechanic thing?
Like
if you
I'm
do
gonna
percentage
say,
ranking.
I would say maybe 25 to 30%. It's mostly mini games, but at the end of every chapter, you do like you face a character in the duel to progress.
Okay.
It's not a huge component. You have to do it a little, but it's very simple, and it's not hard. Music's also pretty solid. This is just and then there's these mini micro games, score-based ones where you just collect a high score and earn even more cards, and it's just there's just so much here, way more than you think. Constant gameplay diversity, really cute time, just a lot of value, evil books. It's a great time, man. It really does hold up. But it's Star Wars, so.
I refuse to care about any card game not made by Seto Kaiba.
Oh, okay.
Well, have I got a lie for you?
That's a good one.
Beautiful.
If there are alien life forms out there, let's teach them how to duel.
A real word said by a fake person.
Beautiful. What a great character Kaiba was, honestly. All right, heading on to the vote. Taylor, you are up first.
Lego Star Wars is a fourth-rate duelist with a third-rate deck. I vote for Final Fantasy Fables.
Okay. Graham.
You've activated my trap card. Lego Star Wars, the complete saga.
Clanky.
Star Wars.
Okay.
It's a funny way of saying Final Fantasy.
Mick.
It's because I didn't.
The poster for this game is terrifying.
That's not the poster. That's the start screen.
That's worse.
It's like the Lorax.
See how it says touch the Chocobo? That's because it's telling you how to press start.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you can see there's a slightly different color on the bottom screen. Very, very faint.
Imagine a poster in the wild encouraging you to touch the Chocobo.
I know, that's what I thought it was!
Go ahead, touch
It's
him.
like the poster for the.
No,
It's like the poster
divider.
for the Kirby game where it just says "He will hurt you."
Yeah, the touch the Chocobo is the top screen and the Square Enix is the bottom.
Gotcha. Anyway, in the words of in the words of Bill Winters, Star Wars.
It's Nick Winters.
Nick Winters.
Thank
Nick
you.
Winters. Nick Winters.
Yeah.
Christian,
But
if you
I knew
vote-
what you meant.
If you vote
It
for
was
Final
an
Fantasy
it
Fables,
name,
I'll
and
feel
the
like
guy, the actor was Bill Murray, so you can see why I got
Yeah, no,
confused.
I got
Anyway,
you. I got
where are
you.
we? Ah, yes,
Christian.
that's right.
Posterity.
I use polymorphism card to create Lego Blue Eyes, the complete dragon. A Lego Star Wars.
and
All
as
right,
usual,
4-1.
no one cares about Taylor's childhood.
Okay, don't do that.
Look, when I put
Listen,
Glover on the
every time your
bracket,
wild card loses, you throw a fit. Let me have this.
when I put
Oh, I-
Glover on the bracket,
I
I'm gonna
wanted
have to
Sonic
say
and the
yes.
Secret
Jesus.
Rings on this bracket. How do you think I feel?
The two don't compare.
Yes, they do.
My game's good.
So is mine.
All right, talk it out, talk it out. Don't talk it out. Talk it out later.
Hi, Mick. How are you?
I said talk it out. Don't mumble it out.
I didn't know what to say. I panicked and I just said I'll just let syllables come out.
Jordan,
You know, I was afraid we were going to lose our momentum from that break, but we have not missed a beat.
Okay.
And now here we are at the fan favorite round.
yeah, the fan favorite, all right.
Okay.
So why'd you read this? Huh?
It's time for the duel of the century. It's Mario Party 8, which is a Graham pick, versus Mario Party DS, which is a
No,
Christian
it's pronounced Mario Party.
I will bite my own
that
fingers
is?
off to go first.
Then,
I kind of
then
want to see
do it.
that.
I'm waiting.
What's going on this Yearlies?
Can I go first?
Did you bite your
You're gonna
fingers
bite your
off?
fingers off?
Yeah,
my
I'm
fingers
in any
off right
picture.
now.
It didn't happen.
I'll bite my fingers off right now.
Oh no.
For the
He's wearing
purposes
a
of
helmet. He
everyone
can go
listening,
first.
everyone listening,
Christian.
Christian's wearing a fucking suit for this.
Oh, I'm recording this.
Oh,
Hi, everybody.
man.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
I am your professor
Oh my god!
for our
Got
class
it planned.
in Mario Party DS.
Oh my god! He
All right.
rehearsed this.
So, I'm here to prove
Yeah,
to you
start
today why Mario Party DS is great in a lot of areas, but most specifically, while I would love to talk about the minigames, and I will touch on the minigames, I would like to talk about how Mario Party DS has the best boards in any Mario Party game ever made. I have the documents! I have shorts! I did the math! But, well, to be honest with you, I think, like, most students, you know, most of us, we're kind of, like, you know, we're visual learners, so, thankfully I put together a bit of a visual aid to help us learn a little bit about Mario Party! Get a little bit more in the shot there, come on, I rehearsed this. There we go.
Of course you did.
So, what I have here is I have several stats about the boards. I'll go through the stats as I go across them for each board. You know, I calculated space numbers and stuff like this. I compared Mario Party DS over here, the greatest game of all time, to Mario Party 2, Mario Party 6, and Mario Party 8. And today we're going to see why Mario Party DS's boards are the best. The first one...
Excuse me, Mr. Bug. I need to go to the bathroom.
Fuck you. F minus minus. We're gonna go through each of these categories and we're gonna determine who has the best of each of these categories. First, total number of spaces. Everyone says that Mario Party DS has the smallest boards.
I knew he was
They're
gonna play
right.
this card.
They're right. Mario Party DS has the smallest boards at a total average of 48 spaces per board. However, that is only slightly behind Mario Party 8 62 and Mario Party 6 67. However, at the end of the day, Mario Party 2 has the ridiculously long boards at 95 average. So I have to give Mario Party 2 the credit on this one for this particular part of the thing.
Why is he dead?
But there's also, I couldn't just do the total number of spaces to prove why Mario Party DS's boards are the best, otherwise they're the worst. So I was like, okay, total happening spaces. That determines when a board is interesting, right? So I crunched the numbers on the total average happening spaces. You want to know who has the most total average happening spaces on a board? In total, not percentage, in total. Mario Party fucking DS. And you know what? It fucking deserves it. So, we're on a good streak right now. I also decided, just for funsies, to do the total non-blue percentage boards, because those are the boards that those spaces are the ones that have like the most like interesting most interesting like things about them. Boards with a lot of blue spaces aren't nearly as interesting as boards without a lot of blue spaces. The winner of that one, Mario Party DS, came pretty close to like a 26 average total non-blue, but Mario Party 2 once again takes it with like 38. But these two categories didn't matter, because what matters is the percentages, the percentage base of the boards. So, of course, I'm sitting here and I'm like doing the math, okay? And I'm like, all right, let's do the percentage of happening spaces on boards on average, right? Because we have to account for like different like board sizes and like different like how interesting are each of these different like size boards. So after crunching the numbers a little bit, hold on, give me 1 second. Carry 2 over the 4. Perfect. Mario Party DS wins this category of percentage happenings because Mario Party DS has a percentage happening of 28% of the board is happening spaces. Mario Party 6 has 10%. Mario Party 2 has 11%, and Mario Party 8 has 13%! Mario Party DS beats them by more than 10% across the board! But that's not all. I also had to do the percent of non-blue, because again, those spaces are also interesting. So, my calculations for, this is a little bit off. Let me just, hold on a second, run the numbers on this first. Here we go.
You're like a fucking advocate.
Alright, here we go. Carry the 2 over the 4. Alright. Mario Party DS wins again, with an average non-blue percentage of 53%, more than 10% higher than every single one of these. Mario Party 6 bringing in only a 33%, and Mario Party 8, bad, bringing in a 34%, and then Mario Party 2 coming in with a 40%, which is the closest there. And then finally, I thought, some of these happening spaces are repeated pretty often for several events, so I was like, okay, let's calculate the total number of happening events. Separate happening events. Mario Party 6 has a 3.83. Mario Party 2 has a 3.5. Mario Party 8, God bless its soul, 4.33. And Mario Party DS comes in with a 4.6 average on happening events, giving it the grand winner of best boards in any Mario Party ever, except for, the ones I didn't list, but it's definitely better than those, because fuck you. There are good mini-games in this game, too, like Fast and Frenzy's one of the best 1 versus 3, Shuffleboard Showdown's great, any mini-game involving the touchscreen, really fun to speedrun because the touchscreen gives instant feedback to all the things, and, yeah, I think that was everything I had planned for this. Any, questions? Raise your hand.
I need to go to the bathroom.
You will piss your pants.
All right.
All right, you can talk about Mario Party now. I hope I entered.
No, I'm good.
How do you even
I think
top
we're all
that?
good.
I think we're all good. I think we've made our decision.
Wait, really?
Wait. We need to talk about 8 though.
I don't think we need
I
to.
mean, if there's one thing I took away from that presentation, it's that Mario Party 2 is the best one.
Excuse me, Mario Party 2 got 2 sad faces.
Oh, those were
He's
sad.
He's got a point there.
Those were sad faces.
They were sad faces. Look,
I just thought it had stickers. It was winning.
it had 2 stickers. Well, Mario Party fuck-ass DS had 4 stickers.
So the stickers for Mario Party DS were happy ones, but it was sad ones?
Yes.
You fucking rigged the system. Okay, I'm mad at you now.
So
Because now you've turned this into it's not better than Mario Party 8, it's Mario Party 2 is bad. So now I'm upset.
So, Grim, do you have anything you want to say about 8?
That was an
Anything
MC
that doesn't get
Ballyhoo
cut off.
impression.
It's just MC Ballyhoo is like slightly less intense animal.
He's animal after rehab.
Whoa,
He is not. Animal does not need rehab. Animal is his true self.
Carnival theme. I like carnivals. Moving was really fast. Characters move fast, so the pace was really good. I can play as a blooper. I cared about this at one point. Don't really remember the mini games, but to be fair, I play this one less often and way more by myself. Boards aren't awful or anything, but some of them are just weaker Mario Party 7 boards in my opinion, and I still think there are too many gimmick boards. I'm done.
Shy Guys Perplex Express is really fun though.
So I think that Mario Party 8 has some of the most interesting board design in the fact that half of the boards are like, fuck this, I never want to play this ever again, I hate this, and some of the best boards in the series. I think Shy Guys Perplex Express is the way you make a straight line interesting, because of the question mark spaces, you're constantly, like, shuffling the order of the train, so that means you're constantly shuffling the order that people are in. I like the fact that the DK and Bowser spaces change the front train, so that way it turns into oh, I really need to get to the front, or oh, I do not want to get to the front at all. But that's just one. Koopa's Tycoon Town is one of the best gimmicks in any Mario Party. It's Windmillville from 7, but 20 times better. Goomba's Booty Boardwalk sucks.
Yeah, the Goomba one is just worse Pagoda Peak.
Yeah, Goomba's Booty Boardwalk sucks. It gives you no choice or options, and I hate the stupid dolphin's face. I hate Mario dolphins. I don't know what. I just hate them.
JPEG. If I may throw my... Well, no, this is Mario Party 8's turn.
So, yeah, I think that a lot of the minigames are either, like, fascinating and interesting, or waggle the controller, forehead, fucking waggle it. And I think that leads to either some great, minigame design, or some really, really awful minigame design. And yeah, the introduction of Blooper and Hammer Bro as characters was cool, but it's starting to creep into the territory of we're just making generic Mario enemies the playable characters, so we have no one left to do like the event spaces on the boards. So it's a good and a bad thing in my opinion. That's it.
You guys remember the minigame where you jerk off and come?
That's the one that everyone remembers.
That's like 50 of the minigames is the issue.
How about the one where you ride the lily pad at Mach -1 down a river very slowly? That's
What
my
about the
favorite
one?
part.
What about the one where you wash the chain chomp, which involves furiously moving the Wii remote? What about the one where you have to shake the can of cola, which involves furiously shaking the Wii remote?
Well, yeah, that was the one I was talking about.
There you go. What about the one where there's like 15 other? My favorite is the one where you have the scissors and you have to cut a rope, and if you lose, you can lose all your coins.
Oh,
My
every
point is
Mario
there's a
Party
lot of
has that,
coming in
though.
this game.
Any other notes or props or
I'll just say one more thing if we're done with
charts or
Mario Party
anything?
8. Mario Party DS is one of my favorite Mario Party boards. Well, two of my favorite Mario Party boards of all time. One being Toadette's Music Room, and the other being Bowser's Pinball Machine. The fact that you're all like small in Mario Party DS, I forgot to bring this up during the class, so this is your after school lesson. The fact that like everyone in DS is small means so much for all of this. Like the mini games, the boards, it's so you're tiny, you know? And I love the pinball machine aesthetic so much. Also, it's probably the only happening space in any Mario Party game which is like, fuck you, if you land on this, you lose all your stars and all your coins. So fuck you.
All right, we shall bring the battle of the Mario parties to a vote. We start with Taylor.
I vote for Mario Party 8 because Christian used math to throw Mario Party 2 under the bus.
I mean, that's a bad reason because Mario Party 2
No,
won
I was going to
2
vote for Mario Party
categories.
8 anyways.
Yeah. Graham.
Unfortunately, I've played Mario Party more than Mario Party DS,
Lots of people have.
so I'm voting for Mario Party 8.
That brings us to Clanky.
Despite the fact that I came to bat for Mario Party 8 because I don't think it's as bad as people say, I think Mario Party DS is the better Mario Party.
Mick.
Elton John convinced me.
Is that for DS?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
Whoa.
What if I
And
ripped
so, Christian.
What if I ripped the sign off the door? This was actually a Mario Party 8 class, you fools. You failed. No.
Then I'd vote for Mario Party 8.
No. But, yep, Mick and Clanky.
Mick's just trying to pass the semester, dude.
Teacher's pet.
Graham and Taylor, see me after class. I'm voting for Mario Party DS.
It's
DS
still the
wins
first week of
3-2.
class. I can withdraw with no detriment to my record.
Damn.
DS wins
Well,
3-2.
that means-
Class dismissed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Listen, to be fair, he put a lot of effort into this, and
Yeah,
I
of course.
commend
You
him.
really did.
It was one of
You
the
put a
few
lot
times
of
where I
effort
won't
to
even
become the lead
downplay it.
singer of the Buggles.
Yeah.
The thing is, he's told me all of this before without wearing the outfit, so...
And to Mick as well. It was actually
Yeah.
Mick was the reason I went through with this bit. Actually,
Oh my god.
now I don't care. what
Okay, moving
happens.
on. We have Peggle, which is a Taylor pick, versus. I feel like I shouldn't have even used the. I shouldn't have even put it up as reference because I. Okay, who do you think put up Halo 3? Who do you think?
Also Taylor.
No, it was Graham. Peggle versus Halo 3. Who would like to go first?
I'd like to
Can I go
propose...
first?
Hang on. Proposal, Graham. I'm going to talk about Peggle,
Will you?
and then you can all vote for Halo 3.
Seems like a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off.
You know what? If Final Fantasy Fables can't get one vote, what chance does Peggle have?
Well, it could be a sequel to Fuggle.
Actually, it is a PopCap game. They are Christian, from the makers of Fuggle. Peggle.
PopCap didn't make Fuggle,
Yeah.
Yes,
PopCap didn't make Peggle.
but Taylor,
PopCap made Peggle.
PopCap made a lot of my other favorite games, and I also know what Peggle is. So, strong.
We were so close.
All right.
All right, go.
All right. So,
I can't be swayed.
this game is basically pachinko meets not pinball, but also kind of pinball. It's like, so here's the deal.
I compare it to Brick Breaker more than anything.
Yeah, that's a good
Oh, I
argument.
like
It's like
Brick Breaker.
upside down breakout. It's like
Breakout,
pachinko
yeah,
meets
that's-
upside down breakout. The idea is you take one of various comically themed animal mascots, and you take a level of pegs, and they'll make up something like a car or a garden or whatever. And there's a couple of blue pegs, a smaller amount of orange pegs, and 2 green pegs. And your goal is to hit all of the orange pegs using a set amount of balls. And each of the characters like that watches you, the mascot characters, they all come with a special ability when you hit the green peg, and that will change up the board. So you have a character like the mole, who will, if you hit that, you get to have multiple balls on screen. Or if you play as the dragon, when you fire your ball, it will break apart all of the blocks in front of you, like it'll melt them. Or you play as an owl, and his ball is Zen, and his ability is to just make your shot better. Like the AI is like, your shot isn't good enough. Here's what you should be doing.
It's basically a fucking slick meter. It's to do
Yeah.
slick maneuvers.
Yeah, and then there's just one where like lightning strikes half the board. It's great, and it all sounds really simple because it is. But here's the kicker: every time you clear a level, every time you're about to hit that last orange peg, everything slows down. You get a slow-mo hit, and then Ode to Joy plays in extreme fever mode, and it is in full orchestral beauty, and it just feels amazingly satisfying. It's just one of the most addictive phone games ever. If you're looking to kill a few minutes and just like getting a lot of visual stimulation, the same kind of feeling you'll get at an arcade with the bleeps and bloops. There's a good amount of levels, an even more fun challenge mode. It will keep you busy for a long enough period of time. It's really, really solid. Remember that as you all vote for Halo 3.
Well, Taylor, if it makes you feel any better, I'm not voting for Halo 3.
Thanks, Jordan. I always worry about what you're going to vote for.
Judging from
As do
past
I.
Yearlies, sometimes you should.
Oh yeah, well.
Because
You and I
Jordan
just
can
don't see
vote.
eye to eye on a lot of these votes. That's kind of my thing.
No,
It's like,
we really
that
don't. No.
classic Jordan just getting in the way, pulling a screwball on old Taylor.
I want to hear about Halo 3. I want to hear some things about it.
Well, if you like Halo 1 and 2,
I can tell you the exact moment that I fell in love with video games. And it's something that happens in the 3rd level of Halo 3.
You play Peggle.
Those who have played.
Yeah.
Like I do just want to talk about like in the alternate universe where I never played Halo 3 when I did. I probably don't care enough about video games to be here at the Yearlies right now. Operation Genesis might be like the clearly superior game, but Halo 3 is what opened the door for me, and playing it at like such an age where this is a game where I'll recommend. For me, playing when A, I had no idea what the story was, and B, playing it with someone who also didn't know what the story was, but tried to make it seem like they did. Like, it just created this, like, fever dream-esque, this was, like, stumbling into a masterpiece. And that is not, this is also just one of this is probably, out of the mainline trilogy, this is probably the best game. This is the game that, of the original trilogy.
Can I ask, is this game better than Reach?
It's close enough that you can't really tell.
Okay, I see.
Like it could like change. It's like splitting hairs. Maybe one is better than the other, but this game and its atmosphere and like the level design, the levels in the campaign are like all bangers. The multiplayer in this game is one of my first this was one of my first like big multiplayer games that I got into.
Halo multiplayer is fucking wild, dude.
Yes.
So
and this is the first one with the Forge modes. This was the first one with like custom games and custom game nights. This Griffball started here.
Oh, this was Griffball. Oh my god.
Yeah. Like this is a game I'm so close to. It's kind of hard to just talk about because it's just everything, and this is just this is so entwined with my soul.
All right, okay, hold up. Peggle's not ass.
Peggle defines a generation, quite frankly.
The Peggle generation.
So did Halo 3.
Yeah. Like the fucking live action trailer directed by Neil Blomkamp before he directed anything.
Oh wow.
Finish the Fight, one of the best game soundtracks in history. There's just too much in this game to really talk about. It's just all amazing. Oh, the only downside in this game is we got Terrence Stamp as a Prophet of Truth when the guy who played him previously was way better.
How many talking unicorns are in it?
More than you would think.
That implies multiple, which means it's probably more than Peggle.
Whoa.
Wait, Graham, if you get headshots in this game, does it shoot confetti everywhere?
It can.
Yes.
Okay. This is important information. But I'm not ready to vote, but y'all should just skip me and vote anyways.
Okay. Well, I mean, seeing as you're fourth, then
so I got
last.
time.
Sorry, because I can't count. So we're going to, if we are getting into the vote, we're going to start with Taylor. Yeah, no, because we're still at 4, not 5 yet. Okay, yeah, Taylor.
I'd sing Ode to Joy, but I don't want to get copyright struck.
By Beethoven? I think he'll be okay.
He will rise from the grave to smash a keyboard to send a bot after you.
No.
Listen, Beethoven is one to hold a grudge, okay?
Listen,
the thing is, even if you did do it, he couldn't hear you.
Yeah. Well, look, he's busy right now. He's busy decomposing.
Oh.
My music theory professor would make that joke every fucking day, dude. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
How did I have the more tasteful one?
I voted for Peggle.
Oh yeah, you're making fun of his disability is way better. It's way more tasteful.
Me, the disabled person. Graham.
Halo 3.
Yeah, figured. Clanky.
Would you believe me if I said this is actually kind of a tough vote?
It's really tough.
I would.
It's actually hard.
Oh my god.
I do love Halo, but I think I'm gonna give it to Peggle.
Oh my god. The funniest thing could happen.
Clanky,
Oh my
don't give
God.
me hope.
Okay, then
Mick.
Halo 3. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Mick?
Yep. I am voting for Halo 3.
Fuck you. God damn it.
Christian? Either the funniest thing ever happens or you break Taylor's heart.
No, no matter what happens, I'm breaking someone's heart. Like,
Okay,
Halo
the
3 is the
difference is
reason
Halo
Graham
3
exists.
The difference is if
What's Graham gonna
Peggle
do? Graham's
wins.
gonna just move on.
No, Christian. The difference is if Peggle wins, it's like, oh, hey, Peggle won. Halo 3 loses, it's going to climb out of loser's bracket. You know Halo 3 is going to be fine.
Peggle is a fucking, like, immense, like, I mean, it's kind of a casual game, but it's, like, one of the most important
But it's one of the best casual games ever.
It's one of the most important casual games of all time. So,
Christian,
that's why
it'll be
this is a
funny.
hard vote. So, with much love to both games, I'm going to shuffle my brain a little bit and pick the first thing that comes out. Peggle.
What?
To
I don't think the lyrics to Ode to Joy are dee da do dee do da
shouting
dee
it.
do.
There's some shit about Jesus in there. Skip
It's O Frode Nick dies Tonne sondern Labs uns an Jessenmeer.
Which in English means everybody walk the dinosaur.
Damn, he was so ahead of his time.
I know German. Peggle just beat Halo 3.
Stop acting
Alan
like
Wake.
this is a fucking shock. Peggle's a great game.
Alan Wake
It
and
is a
Halo
great
3
game,
are gonna
but
be
did
good
you know?
friends.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess you did say you knew what it was. To be honest, I didn't think any of you knew what it was.
Oh, I know Peggle.
Yeah, of course.
You guys know Peggle. Okay, that changes things.
Yeah, I've watched full playthroughs of Peggle, and I've never seen a full playthrough of Halo 3.
If
So-
I call you guys my peg pals, are you going to change your vote?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would actually rescind my vote immediately.
Okay. All right, then I'll stop.
Obvious innuendo joke. And now we move on
I knew what I was doing,
to...
Jordan.
This is the actual
I
Game
know
Boys
you know what
round.
you're doing.
This is the Battle of
Please
Gods.
don't do this. Please, not this round.
It is Super Mario Galaxy, which is a Graham pick
It's like an everyone
Yeah,
pick.
that a lot of us put on.
that Christian also put on, versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, which was put up by both Taylor and Clanky.
Oh boy.
Who?
How do we
would
even
like to-
unpackage the beast here?
Well, I'm just
I
gonna...
have so much I want to say about both of these games, but I'm afraid of like starting.
Maybe we should start with Trials because less people have played it.
Okay. If I go
Oh.
first, I promise it'll be the last time I go first.
Go for it.
Okay.
All right. So here's the deal.
Go.
This is the best Ace Attorney game in this bracket.
It's the
On
best
this bracket,
Ace
okay.
Attorney game.
No, but like that's the other thing. It's also one of the best Ace Attorney games of all time. And like, oh, it's weird to like talk about Ace Attorney to people who like when we had Ace Attorney on the bracket before because it's so much built into the narrative function of this game. But holy shit, is the narrative here incredible. So first of all, fun developer story. You know these were Game Boy games in Japan, so they actually had a difficult time finding cartridge space to get these to work. But over the course of the game's history, they constantly found little ways to save on cartridge space. And for this game, the way they found out, because that's why I think that's part of the reason why the second game only had 4 cases. In this one, they're like, what if we have recurring characters? What if characters from one case come back in another case? And that process led to this game being the first Ace Attorney game that actually feels like it has a connected story. Like, 1 dabbles with a little foreshadowing, 2 is kind of very loose, it's based more around a character. But this is like a full-on story, and it's so good. And there are no bad cases. Case 3 is okay. There are no bad cases. The music is such a huge step up from Justice for All. Fragrance of Dark Coffee, the Cornered theme, There are some other character themes that I don't even want to tell you guys the names of because I want you guys to just experience them for yourself. The best
I'm gonna
case-
message you a theme that I love, Taylor.
Absolutely. Do please. I love talking about Ace Attorney. You guys ever want to talk about Ace Attorney, you message me day or night and I will just get into it with you. It is my favorite thing to talk about in the world. My favorite case in the franchise comes from this game. It is so fucking amazing. And like, so importantly, this game feels like it gives closure to the actual first trilogy of games. Excessively, mind you, but there are a lot of plot points that are touched on in the first two games that this game remembers and brings back in a culmination that really feels definitive. In very meaningful ways. And there are just so many other great surprises. There are recurring characters that you're going to be happy to see. Just like, trust me, it's Ace Attorney at its best. It's difficult to talk about these on a bracket so much because so much of it banks on the narrative. And I know that, like, it's difficult to just talk about a narrative and not understanding fully how the gameplay hook goes into it. But like, I don't need to convince Clanky why. And I don't think I need to convince Graham why, and Christian kind of gets it. Mick has played Ace Attorney. He understands. I think everyone here, to a degree, understands why this is so important when I say Trials and Tribulations is not only an amazing Ace Attorney game, it's just one of the best games ever made. It's choosing between these two games is like asking me to is my two children saying, hey, which one of us do you love more? And I know the answer, but I'm not going to tell them.
Yes. Fuck.
Well, now you know how the King of All Cosmos feels in multiplayer mode.
Could I jump in really quick, Taylor?
Please do.
Yeah, as Taylor said, the overarching story that this game tells is very great. There isn't a case, like Taylor said, that I hate in this game. He also said that the third case was okay, and I agree with that. But like, I am blown away by how good the tutorial case is in this game.
Yes.
Most of the tutorial cases in Phoenix Wright.
It's not a tutorial case. It is a full-on.
Yeah, exactly. The tutorial case in most Phoenix Wright games starts off as just a basic tutorial how to play this game, how it works. But this tutorial case not only functions as a way to reteach you how to play the game, but it also sets up the story that you're going to be experiencing for the rest of the game. And it does it really, really well. I don't want to get into it because I really do not want to be the one to spoil it. But it's just, the story that this game tells is incredible. The prosecutor of this game is my favorite prosecutor.
He's
the music,
he's top tier.
Yeah,
the
the
villain's
music,
fantastic in this game. One of my favorite villains of all time.
The music in this game is really good. The villains, as Taylor said, are also really good. I also like a lot of the side characters. Like, there's this one, like, never mind. I can't. Fuck. All right.
It's so hard, right? The worst thing about having these on the bracket is like, there's so much I want to say, and like, no, I want them to experience it.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I refuse to spoil because it's something that you truly need to experience for yourself. It is one of the best games I've ever played in my life, and I'm so glad I did.
As someone who has played the entirety of the first game, I think, honestly, deeper descriptions aren't even, I think, necessary to set my expectations for this game. Like, I kind of get what y'all are saying, you know?
I hope so.
It's tough because Mario Galaxy is also a fantastic video game.
That's the thing, right? It's like Mario Galaxy.
Do it, Christian. Talk about that game you like more than Galaxy 2.
Super Mario Galaxy is my favorite Mario game. It is a game that is unarguably a linear Mario game, but somehow it feels like it's non-linear. It feels like you were exploring a world at your leisure because the levels are designed not just mechanically but also artistically in such a way that every place that you go is a new, like, journey. Battle Rock Galaxy. I could spend the whole time just talking about Battle Rock, honestly. Like, what a beautiful location where you
have a chart?
I pull out the corkboard. No. But what a beautiful location where you spend the first couple stars going outside the Battle Rock as it fires at you. Then you go inside the Battle Rock and launch out with a launch star as it explodes behind you. Melty Molten Galaxy does this like 3 times, and the way that these galaxies utilize the fact that even though they are linear levels, they can house up to like 6 stars in them of unique challenges, and it's like, that's incredible. The space aesthetic is incredible. Rosalina, one of the best Mario characters ever made, and has an amazing backstory that you unlock as the game progresses. Playing on the Wii feels the controls like a dream, and honestly, spin jumping with the Wiimote, I wouldn't want to do it with a button. Like, I want to shake the Wiimote.
Yeah, no, you're so right. The spin attack kind of makes that game.
Yeah, and like, I mean, look, there's a bunch of little things I can go into, but that's all the big shit I have to say about Mario Galaxy. Like, it just perfects platforming in my eyes, honestly.
And that's kind of why the Galaxy games are such top tier for me, is because just how defined the platforming is. Like, you talk about like how it's got a more linear feel, and that I feel like keeps the platforming more focused. There's like, I just feel like the platformings are more platforming based challenges, where before, like, whereas in something like Mario 64, it's seek and find, more collectathon-y, if you will. There are a lot of levels here, and a lot of them are really fun. This is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I actually really like the gimmick stars. I really like Manta Surfing, and I really like Rolling the Ball.
Rolling the ball is fun. Manta Surfing is not.
All right, I mean, to each their own. I really enjoyed unlocking like the 3 Trials galaxies. Because like there's a part where you can like rescue Luigi, and Luigi will like go on adventures to find stars, and he'll send you messages. He's like, "Hey man, I found this star."
Yeah, those moments are good.
Like, and I like it when
Luigi
talks and Mario doesn't. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I like that. Do we care about Mario Galaxy spoilers?
I do. Like, go ahead.
All right, but seriously, if none of us care, I'm going to get into it. But like when you beat the game, if you get 120, it's 120, right? 120 stars.
It's 120.
You unlock Luigi, and you get to play through the whole damn game again as him. And the best part about it is that they don't switch out like Luigi for Mario in the story. It's just Luigi talking to himself, going, "Hey me, I found this star over here."
That's right. He's so right.
This game also has some of the best Mario bosses that ever existed. I love a lot of these bosses. Mega Leg is one of my favorite bosses ever. I love that.
Mega Leg.
May I point out Bouldergeist, who is one of my favorite bosses ever.
Bouldergeist is also an incredible boss.
I'll go as far as to say the Bowser stages and Bowser fights are among the best in the series.
With underrated music tracks.
Yeah, great orchestral soundtrack.
And the Dino Piranha is a great introductory boss too, because it gets you used to using the spin attack like on the bosses and everything. It's just oh my god, I love this game.
Dude,
yeah.
What a horrible
And
match.
It's actually fun to get all the stars, whereas in something like Mario Sunshine or Mario 64, it can get a little not fun.
That's a hot take, but like I don't disagree.
That's the thing.
Well, I think people might disagree with Mario 64, but I don't think anyone would disagree on Sunshine.
Everyone has that one shine in Sunshine, you know. Got that one shine.
I mean, blue coins. And people will complain that the purple coin challenges, I think the purple coin challenges are fine in this game, honestly.
I agree. The purple coins are fun, especially when they don't have a time limit. They're fun. I love them.
This is me just briefly escaping out from my cage, but I can agree with Taylor on getting the shines in Super Mario Sunshine.
I knew something? I knew if Vinny was going to chime in, it would be on that. I'm like, I'm going to bait Vinny without even thinking about it.
And I took the bait. Thank you.
I didn't even do it on purpose.
I'll take my postcard with me back to my cage. Thank you.
Postcard that says Luigi stuck in the haunted house galaxy.
Yeah. I will say, if there's one thing that I could maybe be lukewarm to, I will say that, like, I don't think there are any bad levels, really, but maybe they're not as, like, maybe they're a little tame in terms of, like, iconic set pieces to me, kind of. Like, I feel like the presentation of something like a level in Sunshine, like, like the theme park level, and maybe it's because there are less stars, like, it's way more about the platforming to me. But like, even as Christian started talking about like, oh dude, Melty Molten Galaxy is such a good galaxy, right? So it's like, maybe I'm thinking differently on that statement altogether, but it doesn't matter because both of these games are like among the greatest video games just ever created.
And now we have to choose which one's better.
Oh.
Opinions, of course. Let's be real here, but
yeah, this honestly could be like a late bracket matchup.
So
This
like,
could be the final round if things go around. In
it
such
could
a
be
way.
the final two, honestly. We start now with Graham.
I've talked with Taylor about how my favorite thing in Ace Attorney games is not just the proving that like is innocent. It's takedown of bit by bit by bit, finally cornering them like in their web of lies. And I think third one, right? I'm just making sure because it doesn't say
It's
it
the
just says
third
Phoenix
one,
Wright.
Graham. Yes, it's the third
Okay,
one.
I'm
this
just
time.
double checking. Double checking.
Yes, it's okay. Yes, striking
I'm gonna
fear
have
into
to
the heart
give
of
it-
your enemies.
I'm gonna give it to Trials and Tribulations.
Okay.
think
I
that's
love
the
how you
same.
summed that up. I loved hearing you talk about it like that, Graham. Honestly, just hearing someone else speak passionately about some of the best parts of Ace Attorney just fills me with joy.
Okay. Clanky.
This is a very tough vote for me because at one point in my life, I would have told you that Super Mario Galaxy was not only one of my favorite Mario games, but probably my favorite game ever. And as I've gotten older and more mature and wise, I've realized that even though I still love that game, there are a lot of games that I love over it. And one of those games is Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations.
Holy fuck.
So I'm giving it to Phoenix Wright.
Holy fuck. Okay. All right, Mick.
Super Mario Galaxy. It's Mario in space. How could you not like it?
Yeah. Okay.
That's why we all
Christian.
love it. With much love and respect to both games, Super Mario Galaxy is one of my favorite games ever made.
Taylor.
I'm
Field
going
goal,
to
buddy.
take my least favorite of these two children out to McDonald's. I'm going to buy them whatever they want. Happy Meal, extra fries, and then ask them for 2 toys. I'm going to give them those toys and ask if they're happy with those toys. And then I'm going to say, Super Mario Galaxy, you're my least favorite of my 2 children.
The
Ace
timing
Attorney.
on that was impeccable. Oh god.
I think Jordan knew.
Yeah, like it lit up as soon as
I
that
knew.
happened.
You see, I knew from like the beginning of this. I knew what Taylor was going to vote for. I knew what Christian was going to vote for. The only person
any-
who I didn't know about was Clanky.
Oh, you know, as
Yeah.
soon as
And
Graham
when
voted for Trials, I knew Trials won.
For anyone, if
Yeah,
this
as
is
soon
anyone's
as Clanky did, I knew the Trials won.
Mhm.
So
if this is anyone's first Yearlies, first of all, welcome. Second of all, I'm sorry. Third of all, Ace Attorney is my favorite franchise in the universe.
Yeah, we got 2 of them on the fucking list.
Nick,
Hey, hey, one
hey,
of them
Nick,
was an
Nick,
honorable
Nick,
mention.
you can roast Pokemon all you want. No Ace Attorney roast.
All right, I'll agree to that.
all right, round 6. 2 games about people doing tasks in succession. We have Portal, which is a Mick pick, versus WarioWare Smooth Moves, which is a Clanky pick. Who would like to go first?
I would like
Can
to
I
go first.
can I start off with a disclaimer really quick?
Sure.
My
right.
disclaimer is that even though WarioWare Smooth Moves is a me pick, Portal was definitely on my bracket before I even thought about
Okay.
putting Smooth.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to announce that I'm running for president of the Yearlies.
Are you running against someone?
I'll run
thank
against you.
First of all, thank you for that question. And I would also like to thank you all for being here. I mean, wow, what a turnout. This is incredibly humbling. Thank you.
We're the swing state after all, I guess.
I don't
But
know
I know
where
why-
this bit is going.
I know why you're all here. You're not here for a lot of political rhetoric. You didn't show up to hear a lot of talk about how things could be different and better than what they are. You're here because you're done with politics. You're here because the promise of Yearlies, the promise of opportunity for all, remains unfulfilled for too many. You're here because this is the most important election in our lifetime. So let me start with something that Ronald Reagan said in his State of the Union address in 1984.
Oh, that explains everything.
Let us be sure that those who come after will say of us that in our time we did everything that could be done. And here are the words of Franklin Roosevelt, speaking at Oglethorpe University in 1932. It is
Oh, a
common sense,
Democrat.
he said, to take a method and try it. If it fails, admit it frankly and try another. But above all, try something. 2 icons of America's rival political parties, 1 sentiment. Try something. Do something. If you paid any attention to this election, or the last one, or the one before that, you can be forgiven for thinking that our problems are insurmountable. That there's just nothing we agree on enough to get it done. But that's not true. There's more that unites us than divides us. And while elections focus on the divide, I want to focus on what we share. Because yes, there's sacred ground, but for each of us, I believe there's also common ground. And that's the ground we need to cultivate. Portal.
Woo! Woo!
This is a very long way of saying if you guys vote for WarioWare Smooth Moves, again, I'm going to kill you all.
Oh yeah, actually, Mick has a lot of stake in this.
So apparently, if you vote for a Wario game, then you're un-American.
Then you're an enemy of the state.
WarioWare game.
Yeah, WarioWare. Yeah.
So wait, how about that presidential election, Mick?
Wario werewolf.
How are we getting you in the Oval Office?
Well, fortunately, Portal is the originator of the greatest idea in any video game. And that's saying something. It's fun, it's funny, and cake.
I think if any video game was going to be president, it would probably be Portal.
I don't know if I would want Portal to be in charge because I feel like they'd kill me off.
Fair.
I think that Portal does a really good job with environmental storytelling. There's not a lot of story that's shoved in your face with Portal, but if you just kind of like listen to the things that GLaDOS says as you're going through the test chambers, and if you find like the weird little hidden rooms that the infamous Rat Man makes, like you really get a sense of what this like what the story and like what the behind the scenes of Aperture Science really is. And it's something that Portal 2 expands on a lot, but I appreciate what happens in Portal because none of it has to be told to you. There's never a point in the game where like a recording of like one of the owners of the company is explaining like how they view their company and everything. Like you get the sense of everything just from like the environments and what you think is an automated voice throughout the entire game. I think that I think that there's really something special to be said about that isn't really talked about a lot when people talk about Portal. And I just wanted to bring that up, along with the fact that it's probably one of the greatest puzzle games ever made.
Portal is the kind of game where it's like...
Second to only Portal 2.
Yes.
Portal is the kind of game where I look at the mechanic. Like, I feel like Portal is the kind of game where you look at it and you're like, oh, this game looks so simple. But if you actually try and, like, break it down into, like, how did they make this, it becomes, like, so much more. Like, the act of just shooting 2 circles that connect 2 areas is probably one of the most ingenious things. It's like, it literally, I mean this with no hyperbole, it is the sliced bread of video games. Like,
I dig it. You know, when I was writing my notes for Portal, I had a very tough time like saying like, hey, I love this game, but I can't ever, you know, it's difficult to not think of it as an amazing appetizer for Portal 2 because it could be longer. It is still like very much like a, you know, again, it's short and I think it could be longer, but like that's not the issue here. The thing that I thought about is like what stands out in Portal 1 that maybe still holds up today. And I'm gonna say, I think the Undamaged Aperture Labs is like a really great place. Like even in Portal 2, like yeah, you're there, but like you know so much about the grander scale of what's behind it, and it's all like destroyed and rustic. But like in Portal 1, like you're just going through a testing facility, and like I don't know, I just think the visual flair there, pure science, still holds up.
Yeah,
I would like to challenge my opponent on one of the things he brought up.
I'm not your opponent. I'm agree.
Wait, Taylor's running for president too?
I'm not running for president.
I thought he was running against me.
I'm running for president.
Let me be clear. One of Portal's greatest assets is the fact that it is short. It is a game
agree.
that knows what it is about, and it does not overstay its welcome. And that is the kind of ingenuity that here, in this political climate, we need.
I would agree with you if I didn't see the value in Portal 2 and seeing that it could be longer and it could be more meaningful with that. I'm just saying I know that there is greater potential beyond the surface, that when I look back on it in today, the year 2023, I know that it could do even more. But it is true that I don't think that the length, that its short and sweet nature still does hold true to it. I'm looking at the cat from both inside the box and outside the box. Schrodinger's portal, if you will.
Yeah,
Oh,
I guess it would be
The
nice.
cat is alive.
I guess it would be nice if Portal was a longer game, but I do kind of agree with Mick that the fact that it being short, or like a shorter game, is what makes it, because like you go through most of the game in the test chambers that you mentioned, the really polished, really nice looking test chambers. So that means like at the end of the game, when the curtain gets peeled back and you get to see like the rough interior of the game and or the facility, and you start to see more of like the like rusted, like, you know, areas that aren't being used anymore and everything. It really puts everything that you learned in the test chambers like to the test, and I think that is something that I don't want to say Portal 2 lacks, because it definitely doesn't, and I don't want it to come across that like I'm saying Portal 2 is bad, because I love Portal 2 basically just as much as Portal 1. But I really like the fact that Portal 1 is like, all right, you did all these like tests or whatever that were made to be tests. Now apply those outside of a test chamber, and I think that that's really neat.
Yeah, to be clear, I was just looking to find any way to separate my own bias and just keep myself level-headed for this because of how much I love Portal 2 and find what separates those two. The reason I brought it up at all is to find out the defining features that I like in Portal 1. Length hardly matters in this conversation. WarioWare's smooth moves is like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a 5-second game.
I mean, it'd be nice if you said something about it.
Okay, yeah, you're
WarioWare.
right. Okay, so WarioWare Smooth Moves is a fun WarioWare video game. I like the fact that they find really fun ways to use the Wiimote. I like the fact that whenever you're introduced to a new way to hold the Wiimote, they have like a narrator talking about it in like a funny way. Like when you hold it the normal way, he goes, "The remote control." This is how you hold it for channel surfing or whatever. And it's like, you know, like these funny quips or whatever. And like he has one of those for every single way to hold it. It's great. It's a WarioWare game. If you like WarioWare and you're okay with motion controls, you will have a good time with WarioWare. It is not Portal.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
I mean, I'll say a couple of the good qualities that I really appreciate about this one. Because it's a Wii game, there's a greater history of Nintendo games, so doing 9 Volts collection of Nintendo games has never been better. Like, being able to play a Wind Waker micro game was incredible at the time. It's as usual stuffed with replay value content, and it's definitely one of the funnier WarioWare games. But it's true, I don't remember any of the micro games in this one, so it's like,
yeah.
No, but I remember how it made me feel. I remember like feeling like this is a top quality WarioWare game. And you know, maybe switching styles all the time could be well, I don't know, probably not actually. I don't really remember. It's a good WarioWare game, man.
This game introduced Young Cricket and Master Mantis.
Is that true? Were they introduced here?
This was their first game, yeah.
Okay.
And this also introduced Jimmy P, the Wario of Jimmy T.
What the fuck?
Man, you went all out on your WarioWare Smooth Moves notes.
Yeah, I'm really exhausting these notes here.
You're literally squeezing this game like a sponge for anything, huh?
Honestly, I think Jimmy P
God.
is what's going to put this over the edge for me.
The P stands for Portal.
Are we ready to vote?
Let's bring this election to a close.
I think we might need to be. Yeah. Okay, so we start with Graham.
Portal.
Very nice. We go on to Clanky.
Yeah, it's Portal.
Senator Mick.
We cannot wait for permission slip to do the right thing. Portal.
All right, Christian.
With much love and respect to both games, I'm giving it to Jimmy P, baby. Which means Portal.
Okay, good. Thank you. And Taylor, what are we thinking?
When I first came to this bracket, I said to myself, Taylor, WarioWare Smooth Moves is the right decision. It's the smart decision. But I realize now I'm a fucking idiot. It's Portal.
That is 5-0 Ba, 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 da, ba, 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 ba. Thank
I
you,
hate
thank you.
Mick for making a politician out of me.
Well, now when the Yearlies is done, we have to cast our votes and figure out who the Yearlies president is.
No.
Are you
Oh
voting?
shit, I'm screwed.
Well,
If
actually,
you
we need a
ever make
week for you
this,
both
if
to
you
run
ever
your
make this
campaigns.
recurring, I quit.
Well, I have some bad news for you about the rest of this bracket. We move on now to
You say that like
Oh.
the Yearlies is a series of complicated voting.
More like a series of unfortunate events.
That's for damn sure.
I vote
We
for
have-
Count Olaf.
Yeah, Count Olaf would win the whole thing. We have Persona 3, which is a Christian pick, versus Team Fortress 2, which was submitted by Mick and Christian, and probably someone else at this rate, because everybody loves this game. Who would like to go first?
Finally, a Yu-Gi-Oh game.
Oh my god. WarioWare smooth moves. Well, if no one's speaking up,
I promised I wouldn't go first anymore.
Fingers.
okay.
Fingers, Christian.
Oh god. Oh god. I'm sorry, Persona
Alright.
3. I fucking love Team Fortress 2. Can we start?
Yes, go.
Awesome, thank you. Team Fortress 2 is a magical little game, also made by Valve, where it is a team-based shooter where you can decide if you actually want to play the game or not. Because my favorite memories of Team Fortress 2 were anything but playing the game. Let's be fucking real with ourselves, people. Let's talk about the base game
Yep.
briefly. You have 9 classes. This is probably one of the most well-balanced team-based shooters I have ever seen in my entire life, to the point where, you know, every weapon upgrade you get is a side grade. It gives you things, but it takes away things. And it works so well in the sense that, like, nobody is, like, inherently better than you just because they put more time into the game. I was a Pyro main, by the way, but I also really loved
Correct.
Demoman and Soldier.
Oh, that's the correct choice.
Oh, yeah, no, Pyro's a lot of fun. Medic's also a lot of fun. But the main gameplay loop of Team Fortress 2, there's so many different modes, from capture, control points, capture the flag. Capture the flag, 2-fort is one of the most iconic things in any first-person shooter. Like, it is literally the Graham, what's the Halo map that is in the first Red vs. Blue episode? It's literally that.
Red Gulch.
Red Gulch, yeah.
Blood Gulch.
Yeah, Blood Gulch.
Blood Gulch. Sorry.
It's that for fucking that. The 2-fort is just as memorable as that. But what I want to talk about is the fact that I've put more hours into this game than any game I've ever played in my entire life. And the reason for that is because Team Fortress 2, at least at the time that I was playing it, had one of the nicest not nicest, one of the most entertaining communities
Careful.
I have ever, like, gotten to be a part of. I have played Team Fortress 2,
Yes.
where instead of playing Team Fortress 2, you join the server and everyone's playing Prop Hunt. I have played Team Fortress 2, where you play on 100 times servers, where every single attribute of weapons is multiplied by 100. So, the Brass Beast, which slows you down by 20%, now slows you down by like 2,000%, so you can't move. I've played on game modes called Higher Tower, where it's like a payload map, but the payload is at the top of like a 1,000-story building, and you have to fucking carry the payload all the way up. And we fucking played TF2 where it's TF2 but with WarioWare minigames. And it's like, you cannot understate the amount of impact that local servers had on Team Fortress 2 and its impact. Like, it is truly remarkable. This game is filled to the brim with charm. I can quote so many things from this fucking game. Think fast, chuckle nuts. But, like, it's, you know,
And can I'll say, it is remarkable that I'm not going to do the politician bit. I'm going to stop this for now because I actually need to gush about TF2 and play some other games. But as soon as we're done actually talking about the games, then I'll actually join it. Anyway, Bit'll be back on. This is a threat. Anyway, yeah. So Team Fortress 2 is so Team Fortress 2 is the good mark of a great game is that you can have fun even when not playing it. For example, there was one time where me and Kyle went in as heavies, and we revved up our what's going on? We revved up our brass beasts and proceeded to walk from one end of the map to the other in sync, and would just shout out directions of turn right, and then we both turn right and just walk around the map. And everyone else in the server stopped fighting and just started watching us. What are they doing? And that is the beauty of Team Fortress. Because like you said, it is not a nice community, but it is a welcoming community in the most internet way possible. In some ways, it feels like a time capsule of the year it came out.
Yes.
Where it's welcoming in a mean way. Like, I saw a quote someone said about, like, joining. It feels like this. This is the phrase that sums up how the game feels. Welcome home, you gay bitch.
I see.
Why, thank you.
I see.
It's like there's simultaneously this welcoming atmosphere, but also
I think we played a different game.
What? Wait, what?
I never got that welcoming atmosphere.
Well, no, it's not welcoming.
You must not have been a gay bitch.
I am a gay bitch. It's true. Well, no, it's not.
Yeah,
speaking
as a gay bitch.
I am a bitch, but not gay. So.
I'm a bisexual bitch.
Hey, hang on a minute. I may be a bitch, but I'm not gay. Anyway, where the hell was I? Oh yeah, that's right.
Australia.
And yeah, and the other thing is, the game's still going. The game has an active player base. People are still playing, actively playing.
It did better than Overwatch, and Overwatch came out like 10 years after this.
You can't say that there's not a lot of games that can last 15 years with a totally active player base and still getting active updates. I mean, not super active updates, but like there's new content being released for it. That is impressive and shows the dedication that people have to a game like this. And also, I just second every single thing that Christian says.
Yeah. And I second everything that Mick says.
Yeah, and also, they never added any new characters or new classes. They just added new, wackier gadgets to each character that sometimes made them into newer characters, like Demo Knight.
I will never forget where I was when the Man vs. Machine update dropped. I will never forget where I was when the Pyro update dropped.
That was a legendary event. Mm-hmm. I remember, I was in my grandfather's shop, constantly refreshing the page so I could watch the trailer for the Meet the Pyro update.
Dude, and I will never forget where I was when, I have had more serious discussions with people playing Team Fortress 2 than, actually just regularly talking to people. I have had more serious discussions while playing this game. It's fucking crazy. This game is a pillar of my personality. Anyway, Persona 3.
Yeah, I actually have I have Team Fortress 2 notes, but I'll save them.
Oh, fair. You can help me with Persona 3 a little bit if you'd like.
Yeah, that's cool. I'd love to talk about Persona 3 because this is my first Persona game. And I know you would disagree, Christian, but in my opinion, it is a great starting point because to me, it is the starting point. It is where the franchise truly becomes what this franchise is. The social links, the high school and combat. Well, I guess that exists. The social links. It's the social links. This Persona 3 has the biggest cast of characters in any Persona game.
Persona 3.
Well,
there are different Persona 3s. This is true.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected.
There are the biggest cast of characters. There are 10 playable characters, but none of them are unlikable, or even mid. There are no weaker characters. The contrast is other games have weaker characters, but also have stronger ones. But I like everyone in this game. You can play as a dog. You can play as a robot.
Robot is the best character.
You can play as a child. And one of the things I like about this Persona 3 game that the later Persona games just stopped doing is this game blends personal character development directly into the main story instead of discovering them through side narratives with the characters. The characters are going to experience character growth whether you hang out with them or not, and I feel like that makes their arcs more meaningful.
I love how Persona 3, like you brought up the character development. The characters go through like there is a common theme that permeates Persona 3.
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly what I was about to say. Was the theme of death.
Yeah. And like all these characters, like this, I'm not gonna say anything, but this game does shit that you would never, ever in a million billion years not only see like games today do, but see any other Persona game do. It's actually crazy what they pull off in this game.
Yeah, it's crazy. For being a dark franchise, this is the darkest game in that franchise. Well, actually, I haven't played the first two, so I don't know how true that is, but of the ones that people like, of 3 through 5, for sure. And the theme of death is permeated not just through the main characters, who each experience a facet of death within their character arc, but the side characters. Like, there's a side character social link. There's this dude named Akibani, who is a dying man, and you spend time with him as he talks about asking you if you understand what it means to truly die or have a little time left. And all the while, you're just helping him write a story about a pink alligator. It's one of the most touching stories ever, and actively broke me down. It's one of my favorite side narratives in any game. The main dungeon of the game, Tartarus, sounds like it would be repetitive, and there are more interesting dungeon designs in other Persona games, but the idea of Tartarus and envisioning what could possibly be at the top of this 200-something floor tower is really a good motivator, and oh boy, the payoff is worth it.
The idea was good. It was a good idea, Tartarus. It was a very good idea, and sometimes the idea can carry it.
Music is fantastic, with the best final boss theme of all time.
If you play Persona 3 Portable, you get to play with the best combat system.
Same great addictive Persona gameplay.
Akihiko's in it.
And it captured me. This game captured me into the franchise in a way that I can't say a lot of other series have.
Also has a banger. Yeah, you brought up with one of the best songs ever. This game also has a banger soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, all the songs
yeah.
are really good. Yeah.
I would say
mean,
that.
to be fair, it's a Persona game. It's like a Sonic game. If it doesn't have good music, it's not really in the franchise.
Honestly, so true.
I want to disprove you, but I don't know if I can at this moment.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to say about Persona 3. But, like, that's the thing about Persona 3. The great thing about Personas 3, 4, and 5 is that each of them are so unique from each other that like...
Thematically, for sure.
Yeah, thematically and in some ways, gameplay-wise, like, and obviously in tone-wise, like they all stand on their own. And then that's the thing about Persona 3. Like, I have the least to say about 3 because it's my least favorite of the 3, but, like, it's still in my top 50 favorite games of all time. So
yeah, you play this, and the series will evolve.
Can I ask a quick question that will only be answerable by probably Christian, because I don't think Clanky's played it?
Oh, and Taylor just won't know it.
Oh, no. Taylor won't know the answer to this question.
Okay.
Is this the one with Piss Channel?
No.
That's 4?
That's Persona 4.
You don't know that I don't know the answer to that.
Clanky knows it because of the SRB 2K.
Yeah.
No. I'm asking because of SRB 2K.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's what we called it. I wasn't sure if Taylor will... I'm not sure if Piss Channel was a name that is known among Persona fans.
Listen,
or if that was a unique thing to the SRB 2K community.
Listen,
I kind of want to know what
they call me Taylor
is.
Piss Channel.
So in
They
SRB
call
2K,
me Taylor Piss.
in SRB 2K, they have a bunch of different maps that are based off of other Sega properties and like Atlas by extension. And there is a map that is based around like the yellow TV channel from Persona 4. And we always called it Piss Channel because it was just like it had like a yellow like filter to it, so it made everything a little yellow tinted. So hence Piss Channel.
Yeah.
This
game is blue.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
yellow, red.
Oh yeah, incidentally, and then there was there's an expansion pack. There was like some fan made levels, and one of them was the place from Persona 5, and I referred to that as Piss Channel, but you need to see a doctor.
Oh my god. Mementos, no. All right. I guess we're done here, right?
All right.
I think for now, yeah.
We should be. All right, we start with Graham.
Like Persona 3 was an interesting case of like it's always interesting like a game you only hear like side like through like back channels in like middle school and then like playing it like years later. Like this game and 999 for me are games that I didn't know. I remember people talking to me about like this game, but I couldn't remember the name, just how they describe it. Like, oh yeah, this is a game where teenagers point fake guns at their heads in order to stress themselves out to summon their personas.
Yeah, that's a description.
Yeah, like that's kind of like what it was. Like I don't fully. I always like don't fully agree with the whole like oh well there's a better game of this out there, so I would care about this game, because I think each game has its own worth in its year that it comes out.
For these,
like,
absolutely.
especially for like, but in other cases, in particular, and like yes, there are elements that are improved upon in later Persona games, but going back and seeing, okay, this is where this came from, this is how this is done, that's always interesting. So I'm giving it to Persona 3.
Okay. Clanky.
Yeah, this is kind of no contest for me. I mean, I've played Team Fortress 2 so much, so I gotta give it to TF2.
Okay. Mick.
Team Fortress 2.
Christian.
One of my favorite things to do in Team Fortress 2 was play as an engineer on 2 Fort. And, you know, people like to set up sentries in their intelligence rooms to protect their intelligence. I, as an engineer with no weapons, would try to get into the enemy's intelligence room and set up a sentry in there. It doesn't actually help anyone that much, but the enemy will get...
It's the classic.
The enemy will just get annoyed because anytime they try to go protect their intelligence, they get shot by my sentry. I could spend the entire 4-hour runtime we have here talking about how much I fucking love Team Fortress 2.
Same.
But I will restrain myself just this once and vote for Team Fortress 2 instead.
And Taylor for posterity.
I don't like team shooters. I actually like Team Fortress 2, so it's kind of a weird paradox. I think I like it. I have mixed feelings, honestly. Fuck spies. My friends trolled me as spies, therefore I hate spies.
Well, they were playing spy. That's kind of what you have to do.
No, but they played as spy just to kill me. Like, very specifically. Like, I'm gonna turn into you and kill you for like 3 hours. Anyways, I'm voting for Persona 3.
Yeah, figured.
I really hope Persona 3 doesn't go out and losers round 1. That would suck.
Well, it depends on where this next round goes.
We know where this,
this
whatever.
next round.
You
We do?
don't know.
All right, yeah, we do. We do.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
Well, the next round is it's Drawn to Life, which is a Christian pick. Yeah. Versus Bioshock, which is a Mick pick. Who'd like to go first?
Disclaimer.
All right.
Okay. Taylor, disclaimer.
Drawn to Life is technically a Sonic game.
Shut up. Sick like you go.
All right, someone actually go first.
Would you mind if I went first, Mick?
No, not at all.
Okay. Bioshock is one of my favorite games of all time. But the issue is that I don't it's been so long since I've played it that it's desperately due for a replay, because I need to make sure that the game is as good as I remember it. And I need you to keep in mind that this is a game that I've held in very high regards for a very long time in my life. Yeah, it's one of, like I said, it's one of my favorite games. It's a first-person shooter where you explore this city called Rapture, which is this seemingly abandoned underwater city that was meant to be like a paradise for higher life, essentially, or So, the game itself, like I said, is a first-person shooter, and I'm not the biggest first-person shooter fan. If it can captivate me, then sure, but. For the most part, first-person shooters get very samey for me. But this game has something called plasmids, which are these abilities that you get that really spice up the gameplay. If I remember correctly, and my memory could be a little hazy on this, I remember ammo not being as easy to come by, so
it's not
always. Yeah, so you always want to think to yourself, is it worth trying to shoot down this enemy, or am I going to want to try to kill them with my plasmids? The abilities are very fun to use. I think there's a lightning ability, right?
I love Zap. Zap is great. I love Zap and Incinerate.
You have a hand. You can make your hand into a wasp's nest and shoot
I
bees.
think that's the second one.
No, it's the first one.
There was also, I know in Infinite there was one where you could shoot crows at people, and I thought that
Oh,
was
yeah,
in
the
the
murder
first one
crow.
too.
You shoot
Yeah.
carrier pigeons.
Yeah, but anyway, also, this game has two excellent villains. One of them, I guess one of them is two of them. It's the Big Daddy and the Little Sister.
Big Daddies, oh my god.
Some of the best like design I've ever seen ever. It basically looks like this really like fucked up, corrupted version of a like a scuba diver, with the typical giant helmet and everything that you'd expect to see in like a cartoon, or like
And
that one bad guy from Scooby Doo.
Yeah, they're also these. They're also these. You know, these big lumbering creatures that make the sounds of whales, and so you'll just hear of a creature very clearly in pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I
and you're like, when you hear one of them, you're fucked too. I'm sorry, Christian, go ahead.
I want to ask a question. This is less of a question, more of a cry for help. How do I kill the Big Daddy?
Ready for this?
Yeah.
Good luck. So, they also are accompanied by the Little Sister, which is like this little demon-possessed girl. And if there's one trope that I love in character design, it's this big, brooding, dumbass figure that's trying to protect a little child.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that trope so much, and I think that, like...
If they ever make a Bioshock movie, they need to get Pedro Pascal to play the Big Daddy.
It's Pedro Pascal just going. Brrr.
Yeah,
In his contract, he's like, I'll only play it if you let me make my own sound effects.
it's also...
He'd be great.
Oh, man. I had to blow the dust off of this thing, but it's also, in my opinion, one of the only good-looking pop figures. This thing looks great. It's like huge.
Yeah.
It looks like an actual figure from the like a figure designed for the game, despite the fact that it is a Funko Pop.
Anyway, I'm gonna vote for Bioshock because of the Funko Pops, Clanky.
I couldn't think of a better
Good.
reason.
I'm glad that convinced you.
Yeah. Now,
But
can I say
you
so-
could. There was the other villain that I wanted to talk about, but you
Oh.
can take the reins then, Mick.
Yeah, so that's where I wanted to go with this. So this game has, as its main villain, and this is, I'm gonna try and skirt around spoilers.
Does anyone here care about spoilers? 'Cause I actually don't.
I don't.
Not really.
I don't.
Okay. Well, we have an audience.
You can put up a spoiler block if you
We,
want.
in
or something
theory,
like that.
have an audience.
You can put up a... But that's
Yeah,
if you wanted to
you can
talk
put a
about
tag up.
spoilers.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, so in terms of a villain, this game has a figure, in the... What's the term? In the founder of the City of Rapture, one Andrew Ryan. And Andrew Ryan is in many ways, he's kind of an anti-hero in a sort of a very sort of classic Byronic anti-hero, which means that in a lot of ways he's a dick, but in kind of an admirable way. In that he built this city with the idea that it would be a city where where the law will get out of the way. You don't have to worry about there being, you don't have to worry about policemen. You don't have to worry about the government telling you what you have to do with your private life or your commercial life. It's just all gonna, it's just gonna be a place where people can be free to do what they want, including manic drug use, and genetic manipulation on themselves, which is what led to the city's downfall.
Yeah. And then a lot of other horrific things that I have seen so far, at least.
Yeah. But the thing with him is that he has this throughout the course of the game, you hear these he has these recording tapes where you get to hear from both him and other people who lived in Rapture, giving their thoughts, but especially Andrew Ryan pontificating. And there are some absolutely amazing lines that I think really do a good job of characterizing him as he is definitely not one of those villains who's just evil. He has a philosophy motivating him. There's one line that has always stuck with me, and it is he's telling the story about how he planted a forest on his private property, and he was forced by the U.S. government to, this is him telling his backstory. He was told that if you want to keep this land, you have to turn it into public park. And so he burnt it to the ground. And he finishes up with a line.
Burn the forest down.
And he finished with the line, "God didn't build this Arcadia, I did." And I think that he is very much a video game character whose motivation is very dissimilar to most others, in that he has, for all of his faults, a coherent philosophy. But also, I should say, and this is an important thing, he is unfortunately not technically the final boss.
No,
And
he's
that
not
is
even a
to the
boss.
game- Yeah, and that is to the game's eternal detriment. Because after the Andrew Ryan scene, the game keeps going. This is where I think where someone might disagree with me. But, oh man, if there was a game that just needed to stop while it was ahead, it was... Oh, the game just drops off the face of the earth in terms of quality after the Andrew Ryan cutscene.
I don't think it's that bad.
I mean, listen,
it's
it's not that much.
horrible.
It's not that much longer, anyways. But I will say I understand what you're trying to say. It definitely does peak there. I'll give you that.
It does,
I'm not saying-
sure.
It falls off a fucking cliff.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I could get very lost in that in that conversation alone.
Yeah.
So can I just
sure.
touch on
Yeah, you guys can go.
because I'll say this game. I like this game for the story. I'm kind of in the mindset of this game's combat is kind of generic first-person shooter to me. I really don't feel like it has enough defining features to differentiate it from other ones that I like Metroid Prime, Doom, or even modern Wolfenstein. Not that it's bad. It's just kind of
You can
playing
shoot
the
bees
game.
out of your hand.
Yeah, all right.
Oh yeah.
You can freeze them and they go.
But what I will say is that this game understands how to tell a story at face value without the lore being directly required to enjoy the game, but simultaneously is able to handle that world building and lore correctly by giving you audio logs that you listen to while you're playing the game. So the game never asks you to stop and read. The game asks you to play and experience the world around you and develop your surroundings. And it's like you really don't have to pay attention, but like you listen just enough to understand notes. Like you'll hear the name Frank Fontaine over and over again. And like even if you're not totally paying attention, when the game's big twist happens, and Christian, you said you don't care, right?
I don't care.
Yeah, so when Atlas goes, "My name's Frank Fontaine," you're like, "Oh shit, that's really cool." The guy from the lore, and it's like you can care about that or you cannot. And this is the only game, short of Infinite, where after I beat the game, I actually looked up a timeline following the entire lore because I actually genuinely cared about the story. I don't remember any of it, but I know that I cared at one point.
Yeah, the fact that you can continue to play the game while listening to the audio logs goes a long way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. Like,
never
that's why something like Control takes me out of the experience, because it's like, here, read 500 notes.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Like, I loved Control, but but I was like,
Yeah, I stopped
this
reading
could have
those.
done this could have been better.
Arguably the best plot twist in games. I have a personal favorite, but holy shit, it's a great plot twist. Rapture's a great setting. Yeah, that's really all I got. Does someone want? I mean, maybe we're not done with Bioshock. I know this is.
I think we have. I think we have to move on. I think we
should
have to move
totally be
on.
done with
Don't
Bioshock.
worry.
I
Drawn
knew
to
this was
Life.
going to be the
I'll take
longest
over.
discussion. And to be fair, Drawn to Life is.
I'm putting on the pilot's cap and taking control for Drawn to Life because guess what? I don't have a lot
Do you
to
have
say.
that prop too?
Talk about this Sonic game.
Well, it wasn't a Sonic game for me. For me, it was a
can be.
Doodle Man game. You played as Doodle Man, and you went through kind of okay platforming levels, but you drew all the things. It's
I
great.
can't
when
draw.
It's great when you draw all the things because the things come back in later levels. And it's just
Yeah,
really...
so just to explain to anyone who doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, this is a game in which, because it's on the DS, you draw a bunch of the assets. So like you draw your main character and you draw a bunch of things. Like people will ask you, draw us a new town center, and you draw a new town center, and then that gets put in the middle of the town, and it looks shit compared to the cutesy Furby art style characters But nevertheless, yeah, there you are.
Dude,
because
Nick, you so boldly took the mic away from him. It's like, hold up. I don't think that the concept of you drawing the stuff has been made clear enough.
The drawing's not even that important compared to the
yeah, I just wanted
part.
to make it clear what we're talking about.
The important part about this game is the story. That's the important part. That's why we're all here. This game's story is actually really, really good. And like,
I haven't finished it.
Well, you know what? I couldn't finish it without cheat codes, so you know.
Fantastic.
Who's the real winner then?
Yeah. But no. This was the first video game that had ever gotten to make me cry because of like the story content of the game. And like, there's like, this is a dark video game. A lot of like, you have to like save a lot of characters, have a lot of like in-depth relationships with each other, and all the while you're doing that while you're playing as Bingus McFuckhead, who has an ass on his face and walks on his hands, and it's like, this is your hero, everyone. Okay.
Well, if it isn't Mr. McGreg with with a leg for an arm and an arm for a leg.
Yeah, truth be told, this game is the origin game of my longest running OC name.
So, I mean, that's really all I have to say about Drawn to Life. The platforming is like fine, and the drawing is fun, but the story is what really sells it. And you know.
No, yeah, I hear that like the sequels like really like if you haven't played the old games, you'll be so lost.
It's really weird, the sequels, from what I've heard. Is there anything else I have to say about Drawn to Life? That's a great soundtrack. No, it's just a unique concept, and they do what's right with the concept, and that's what makes it fun to play. If it wasn't so brutally fucking difficult, maybe I'd be a little nicer to it.
All right, we start with Graham.
Jordan, would you kindly put my vote down for Bioshock?
Yes. Am I missing something?
That's...
Oh, well, clearly...
Yeah.
Well, Jordan...
Yes, he is.
Jordan, clearly you were mentally conditioned from birth to respond to anyone who were to ever say those words.
Yeah,
It's okay.
Anyway.
You know what?
It's true, but
let him have his innocence.
Jordan needs to have his plot twist. He needs to have his plot.
Although I do like the idea that Jordan does say that, but not because he's been conditioned. He's just a nice person.
Yeah, exactly. I
brainwashed Jordan from birth, even though he is older than me.
If anyone could do it, it'd be Graham.
He has that power over me.
This is gonna make the spoiler tag part difficult.
It's the Bioshock!
I do not know what any of those words mean.
You don't know what it means?
No, I know.
It's the clown!
Bioshock. With much love and respect, because I genuinely love Drawn to Life, but...
Yeah, I don't mean to sleep on Drawn to Life. Drawn to Life was a cute game.
Yeah, but, I mean,
that's all it was!
Christian.
I played Bioshock for this Yearlies, actually. And for me, Bioshock is like a sine wave. When I have ammo, and I have, like, Eve, I am living life to the fullest. I have my shotgun out. Zap, blast, zap, blast. It's the most fun shit in the world. And then when I have nothing, and there's a big daddy with a little sister, and I have to die 50 times to just whittle away at the big daddy's health, it's a bit of a low, honestly.
Yeah.
And
there are actually some genuinely garbage levels, like the level where you have to play as a big daddy.
Oh no, I haven't even gotten to that yet. I'm about 5 hours in. And
What, you mean Bioshock 2?
Yes!
I am sad.
That's why it sucks!
I am sad that I didn't get to play more of Bioshock before we did this Yearlies. But I'm still voting for it. So, there we go.
Christian, real quick. If you're having trouble with the big daddies, I can tell you right now, invest in upgrading your shotgun and invest in a lot of electric buck. Trust me, it will save you a lot of trouble.
Vinny, you know what? You're absolutely right, because you just reminded me that I used that to kill a big daddy like a couple days ago.
Yes.
It's, oh my god, you're right.
Yeah, Vinny's played this game like 7 times.
Yes.
Also, for some reason you said invest, and I honestly, my mind auto-filled in crypto.
Yeah.
Alright, first you're gonna buy it, you're gonna upgrade your shotgun,
God.
then you're gonna invest in Ethereum.
Like, it was like a legitimate thing where my mind was like, He's gonna say crypto. I'll beat him to the punch.
Buy
I mean,
the bio coin, to the moon, Lambos, diamond hands.
It is a game all about capitalism, so it does make sense.
Of course.
But yeah, I'm voting for
All
Bioshock.
right.
Sorry, Jones. I'll let you-
We have 4 votes for Bioshock. Taylor, what are you voting for?
Won't you come on down to Rapture? Jam a needle in your arm. It'll slowly corrode your genetical code, but it's all part of the charm.
Is this a song by the? Is that the song by the fucking?
I sent you the song. It's a Brental Floss song. I sent it to you a couple weeks ago.
Oh, isn't he the wordgames.lol guy?
Yes.
Yes. It's a vote
This
for
is a bit,
Bioshock.
ladies and
So
gentlemen.
okay, good. All right.
It's-
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
it is?
go, go,
I
go,
take
go,
you
go.
very
Go, go, go.
seriously.
No, this was meant to be a bit, and it was clearly not playing well. This is my first major political scandal, apparently.
It's my first year.
I cannot vote for someone who misidentified Brental Floss.
All right, we've made it out of the dungeon, you guys, and now we go on to Idiot.
If we want to vote to see what we want to
Idiots.
name these things in the future, I wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah. Sure.
We can
All
change
right,
them every
let's
time.
Do some,
Yeah. Well, let's
let's
someone
do
else take
some.
control.
Let's do some loser bracket matchups. Okay. Sam and Max Save the World versus Final Fantasy Fables Chocobo Tales.
Well,
Chocobo
you guys
Tales,
can pick
Chocobo
a child
Tales.
of mine to kill.
I was gonna say, Taylor, if you don't vote the way with the way I'm expecting you're gonna vote, you have,
Let's see. Let's see what you guys do.
yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah. All right. Starting with Clanky.
I guess I care more about Sam and Max, so I'll vote for Sam and Max.
Right. Mick.
Stam and Max.
Christian.
It is going to be Sam and Max.
Taylor.
Final Fantasy Fables didn't get a single vote, and I'm so disappointed in it that I'm not even going to give it one. Sam and Max.
Oh my God.
Is this the first
Graham.
time something's gotten literally no votes?
Well, no, it got
What are we
one
gonna
vote.
It
It
got
got
my
one
vote.
vote.
Oh,
By me.
Max and Jack Ruby save the world.
Yeah. The fact that I couldn't get one of you to vote for it, I'm just not going to pity it. Sam and Max gets a 5-0. That's what's happening.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Sam, Final Fantasy Chocobo Tales is probably going to go down as one of the worst Yearlies performances ever because it got one vote the entire time.
Right next to
It's
Mario
happened
Tennis.
before, trust me.
Right,
And it's not.
and
like-
Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds 2010 over the Nexus.
Yeah, Mario Tennis,
Du-du-du-du.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, and Final Fantasy Chocobo Tales.
Whatever.
What a
Guys will
police
never
lineup.
understand Dueler X.
All right. Mario Party 8 versus Halo 3. Jesus.
I mean, it's no contest.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
One of them is a brilliant exploration of warfare, and the other
is Halo
doesn't
3.
have MC Ballyhoo.
Mhm.
I would love to see MC Ballyhoo in Full Metal Jacket as.
You go.
I would just like to remind you guys.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We've gotten to the Full Metal Jacket section of the jokes.
I could
As
like make a
is
Yu-Gi-Oh
tradition.
card joke. I feel like we're overdue for one. Anyways, who wants to vote?
All right, we start with Clanky.
Mario Party.
Okay. Mick.
Come back to me. What? No, what am I saying?
Okay.
Hang on. Halo 3.
Christian.
You know, I was stumped on this one for a while. But at the end of the day, I don't even know if Mario Party 8 is in my top 5 Mario Parties. I am voting for Halo 3. That is what I am voting for.
Right. Okay, Taylor.
Mario Party 8 is going to lose, but I'm voting for it anyways.
And Graham, gee, I wonder.
Okay. Halo 3.
I thought he was
Yeah.
going to vote for Mario Party 8 for a second. I'm like, wait, Graham loves Mario Party 8. Surely he's going to vote for it.
No.
Don't you know that Mario Party
No.
8 is what made Graham a gamer? Don't you know?
All right.
Wait,
Yeah, it
can-
fills
wait,
him with
wait.
joy. That's why he goes,
Wait, wait,
"Ah,
wait, wait.
ah, ah, ah."
Super Mario Galaxy versus WarioWare Smooth Moves. I mean,
No, stop. He's already dead.
Yeah. Clanky.
I think,
Sorry.
gang, we may finally have the first game with 0 votes. Let's
Oh my
vote
God.
for Super
my
Mario
God.
Galaxy, baby!
Okay, Mick.
He's
should welcome
rehearsing.
dialogue.
He's rehearsing. He's
With-
rehearsing.
We should welcome dialogue with WarioWare smooth moves. But we will not, and I will repeat, not let WarioWare dictate the terms. Super Mario Galaxy.
Christian.
This one's for you, Alan Wake. Super Mario Galaxy.
Taylor.
WarioWare, go to the polls. Super Mario Galaxy.
Graham.
Bum, 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 bum.
Wow, fucking die, Wario.
I can't believe a WarioWare
You know
game
what?
got 0
Final
votes.
Fantasy Fables got 1 vote, so it's a better game than Smooth Moves. I'm
Yeah.
satisfied.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
fucking rough, dude. The actual first game with 0 votes, that's insane.
You know what? I think it's happened
0.0.
before. I do.
It may have been Mario Tennis.
Maybe. Persona.
Just another reason for Wario to hate Mario.
All right. Persona 3 versus Drawn to Life.
Graham and Christian, I'm counting on you.
Okay. Clanky.
We're voting for Drawn to Life.
Okay. Mick.
It's no secret that this is going to be one of the most politically polarizing issues.
This
going
isn't
forward.
WarioWare.
The campaign
Can you
goes
prove
on.
that?
Not
First
at
of, all,
this current time.
first of all, thank you for that question, Mr. Corsi.
You can in Drawn to Life. You can draw WarioWare.
Evil exists.
You draw a Persona.
For better or for
Mixed.
worse,
Schrodinger's Wario.
I am going to commit Persona 3. I'm voting for Drawn to Life.
Mick's. Okay. Mick's speechwriter is having a field day. Just
Yeah, he
panicking
threatened to
up in
commit
the booth.
suicide in the middle of it.
Christian.
Realizing it now, I think Drawn to Life is one of those games that I think I have more nostalgia for than I have like for, because I try to think of things that I really like about this game, and it doesn't even reach more than 3 sentences.
Me too.
So,
Me too.
It's no secret that I'm giving this to Persona 3.
Okay. Taylor.
They tried to draw me to life, but I was a vegetable and died. Persona 3.
That's
And
dark.
Graham gets to decide, break the tie.
The Arcana are the means by which all is revealed.
Yes, Graham.
So I'm voting for Persona 3.
You just activated my amygdala. I now feel fear.
No, that's another game on this list.
Is it?
Maybe.
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
It was.
cool.
It was Mixed Campaign Manager.
Yes, exactly. All right. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for
And
All.
can you?
versus
And
Lego
what? And
Star
what world are
Wars
we in?
The
I'm sorry.
We're in the slime zone.
Okay, good.
Can you play the sound effect of like the slime, like the you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. That was so good.
I think my favorite.
Thank you.
I think my favorite thing in the world is trapping people into saying stupid shit that I write. I think that's my favorite
Yeah.
thing in the world.
Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All versus Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. We start now with Mick. What's he doing now?
Another place where we need
Oh my god.
to implement some common sense policies is regarding Lego Star Wars.
Okay.
Lego Star Wars is especially close to most of our hearts, especially
Someone
because
assassinate him already. Oh my god.
You threw Ace Attorney under the bus. I'll fucking kill
it
you.
is one of Jordan's wildcard picks. A historically underrepresented community in our great country. If I am elected, I will do everything in my power to ensure that all voices are heard equally, regardless of whether or not they are excellently made investigation games or Lego adaptations of one of America's most beloved franchises.
Do you know what you're voting for?
Fair point, to be sure. But we can't. We need to make a serious
fucking channels
decision. We need to make a serious decision here, and really think about how we want our country to go with this vote. That is why I am going to pass my vote for Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga. Even though I have much respect for those on the other side of the aisle, and I just hope that we can reach a bipartisan solution together.
Oh, man. Oh,
Impeachment.
Okay.
He's not even elected yet.
Impeachment.
He's not.
Where's
even
John
elected.
Hinckley when you need him? I'm kidding. That means Christian's next.
Oh,
yeah.
it's okay. I have a speech prepared as well.
My God.
So my speech
Do you have
goes like
sharks?
this. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, justice for all. Please clap.
Very concise.
It's a good speech.
Taylor.
At the time, Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga was the ultimate Lego game. No denying it. I wanted it without even caring about Star Wars. All the good of Lego Star Wars with more. But nowadays, I'll probably play a Lego game in a franchise I care about. And Ace Attorney is the other game. Ace Attorney.
Of course. Graham.
Bum 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 bum.
Again, wrong game, but I
Ace
understand the
Attorney.
sentiment.
Ooh. And
Ace
Clanky
Attorney
for
theme.
posterity.
Justice for all.
All right, 4-1. Excellent.
Yo, Clanky
Um,
voted for it over a Star Wars game. That makes me so happy.
Dude, like, what did you expect?
I don't know. It's just like I always enjoy seeing just how far someone's passion for Ace Attorney brings them. Like, I'm not even being funny. It genuinely fills my heart with the good.
The good.
It like
Yes,
makes
that's a
me want to go
plasmid in
do community
Bioshock.
service.
All righty. Mario Party DS versus Peggle. We start with the senator, with the representative from New York.
All right, everyone, buckle up.
I think, as with most issues, we should trust the experts, and the experts have spoken. I'm going to trust science, because that is our best path to knowledge that we can all come together and agree on. And so, it is with great joy that I think
No, you can't just start like that and then not know what you're voting for.
Prompter ran out.
I thank
Who writes your
Doctor-
speeches?
I thank Dr. Christian for his great and brilliant contributions to the science of Mario Party DS.
Of course.
Hey, Mick, now can you say, someone please get me out of this ball?
He sounds nothing like Burt Reynolds.
No, I know, but it's just the energy of just constantly coming back for this bit. Like he needs
So
a
good.
he needs a tag.
Or so the Germans would have us believe.
Yes, thank you. You guessed it, Frank Stallone. Christian.
I graduated college as a mathematics major, and the only fucking thing I did with it was make a fucking chart about Mario Party boards. I'm not gonna let it go to waste. Mario Party DS.
Is this how I learned you were a math major?
Yes. Yes. Technically, I was a double major, but
I thought you majored in DJing or some shit.
Wow. The strength of Christian and Jordan's friendship was just put on full display to me.
Jordan,
You saw his score in the Jeopardy game.
Jordan,
A
it will be
failed Christian Jeopardy
Jordan. It will be up to you to
by
guess
not
my
knowing
other.
anything about the Lord.
It'll be up to you to guess my other two majors later on in life. So that'll be up to you.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Oh God. Whining and dining. All right. Anyway. Taylor.
So Peggle made it past one round. I know I shouldn't be picky, but I want to see it go another round. Peggle.
Okay. Graham.
I'll give it
See
to
Belly,
Peggle.
who wasn't in that.
He'll
Okay.
give it to Peggle. I heard him say
yeah.
he'll give it to Peggle.
Clanky. Well,
Mario Party DS.
Okay.
Peggle.
charts don't lie.
Peggle.
Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations versus Portal. Holy fuck.
This is gonna suck.
Holy fuck.
It really
what
is.
am I voting for?
Okay. I could risk it all by trying to say something, or I could let the cards fall where they will. I have a choice.
I would do the latter.
Save your cards when it's in the loser's bracket, and you'll need them.
Yes, okay. You're correct.
Mick.
To fix what's wrong, we have to be honest with
No.
ourselves. People are hurting out there. They've got a lot of tough choices to make. And that is why, once again, I think we need to come together and unleash the ingenuity and innovative spirit in all of us. And that, I think, is something that Portal can bring us together on as Yearlies people.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Christian.
With a ton, massive, unrestrained love and respect to both of these games, I am going to give it to Trials and Tribulations.
Okay. Taylor.
All right, Taylor, we did it.
We did?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. Then I had a speech planned too, but I'm good. I'm
So
good.
this is how democracy dies.
Phoenix, what are you talking about? This is pure. This is democracy in effect.
You guys ignored the bipartisan solution.
We have a choice. We always have a choice, and
There was
I choose
collusion.
Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations.
Yeah.
This is why we're stuck in a
Mick,
two-party system.
if you should know anything about politics, is that, like, you know, the creative politicians don't get elected.
I haven't lost yet.
You know.
This is a minor setback.
Oh yes.
No one's voted.
Cool. Graham.
Phoenix Wright.
Oh well, yeah, and Clanky for posterity.
I love Portal to death, but I think I love Phoenix Wright a little more.
Oh, let's fucking go.
That is a 4-1 against Portal. That's pretty
That's-
strong.
Whoa.
It's
Portal
rough.
just
It
went
hurts,
5-0.
but
I get it.
It is a good game.
No, seriously, what the fuck, ladies and gentlemen?
No, it's not a what the fuck,
There's
Nick.
a-
It's really
there's
not
a
a what the
chance-
fuck.
There's a chance for round 28 to be the funniest matchup in the yearly.
Well, we already know which one would win.
It's true. We do.
Well, yeah, still.
Yeah.
I think it'd be the
It would be
first time we
hysterical.
had two, like, a sequel go
Metroid
up against
Metroid.
direct-
Well, not in one of the last rounds, more so. But anyway.
Well, no, but like
Yeah.
a sequel going up against its direct predecessor, and they both came out in a year.
That's true. That's true.
All right.
Yeah.
Out of
America,
the frying
anyways.
pan into the fire, we have Team Fortress 2 against Bioshock. Starting once again with the gentleman from New York.
This is a tough issue because it comes close to home for me, ladies and gentlemen. And I think I am going to have to think about this for a while. But thank you for your question.
All right, we'll come back to you. Christian.
I've been having a lot of fun with Bioshock, but honest to God, this is the most unfair match I think I've ever fucking seen in my entire life. Wow. Sorry, Bioshock. I put 5 hours into you, and I really like you, but Team Fortress 2's 775 hours may eclipse it by just a little bit.
Wow. Okay. Taylor.
Hey man, like Team Fortress 2, I genuinely did have a good time. It's ultimately a game that taught me if it never ends, I don't know how long to stick around, and I'm much more likely to play something that has a definitive beginning, middle, and end. You play this game to play the game. I like accomplishing things. I accomplished more in Bioshock. Hey, special shout out to the Meet the X videos in Team Fortress 2. Those really were great. It's Bioshock.
Yeah. We have Graham now.
Oh, sock.
Bioshock? That's disgusting.
Bioshock.
It's like someone's composting
I'd play
project.
that. Clanky.
Bioshock.
And Mick, it's 3-1, so it's posterity vote.
Mick, let's be brass beast heavies together.
As we express, defend, and advance our values abroad, we also need to live them at home. And that means making sure that I vote for Team Fortress 2.
Thank you.
It's improv.
yeah.
You just have like a list of pre-made political speeches on screen.
First of all, thank you for that question. And I do think it is a...
All right, I retract the question.
Thank
We
you for
move on to
retracting the question.
the portion of the bracket known as stupid.
I wrote that.
All right, Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga versus Persona 3. You know, is what it is at this point. We start now with Christian.
With much love and respect to both games, I'm voting for Persona 3.
Yeah. Taylor.
Persona 3.
Graham.
1 second. Looking up something.
Uh-oh.
He's looking up which game has R2-D2 in it, and that's how he's going to decide his vote.
Persona 3?
Hey, if
I thought I told you all to sit down or get down. I'm about hit ground.
Oh my
But I'm in the
god.
box. My hit's way out of this bounds. Nobody's topping me. You know it, damn right. Most of y'all's loving me, doing it all night. I'm voting
Graham
for Persona
rapping?
3.
Oh yeah.
see, here's the problem
Yeah.
with that.
This isn't
bit
going to play well in the
is
polls.
Persona 3's English lyrics are so difficult to make out. You'll never know what they actually are until someone reads it exactly that way.
Baby, baby,
So,
baby.
to
Not a
me, I just heard it for the
not a mafioso, but I hustle like Mike.
Now, see, now I just think you're doing a trailer for like Mike.
No, that is a real lyric from Mass
Oh, I
Destruction.
believe you, but I also don't.
It is hilarious. Baby, baby,
So
baby.
shake with the man, L to the J's. Now follow me.
Okay,
All
he
right.
voted for Persona.
Clanky.
Oh, it's Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga for me.
And Mick for posterity.
I'm not going to do it in the losers round anymore. Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's okay. All right.
Jordan, if it makes you feel any
32%.
better, the thing that killed your wild card is probably going to get fucking eviscerated in round 21. So
Yeah, probably. But look, I mean, this was a wild card pick I wasn't even that serious
Well,
about. just
I don't know
enjoyed
what
it.
you're talking about. Do we know for sure what's going to win?
yes.
Peggle versus Super Mario Galaxy.
I mean, I guess it is pretty obvious. It's
All
Peggle.
right.
I
Who needs to vote? It's obviously Peggle.
Yeah, like,
Peggle,
what are we even
vote.
doing here?
Super Peggle Galaxy.
All right, then
the
Portal
count.
versus Halo 3.
I would like to elect that
No.
Bjorn the Unicorn
right.
make the first vote. Anyway,
All right, Christian.
yeah, I'll vote for Peggle. Just kidding. Super Mario Galaxy.
Taylor.
Well, he stole my joke. Super Mario Galaxy.
But Bjorn the Unicorn.
I don't know. I don't know what my joke was. I'm not really that funny.
You're very funny. Shut up.
The
Fuck you.
self-loathing needs to stop today.
Fuck you. You're funny. You're fucking
You're great.
great person.
Okay.
Fuck you.
You only I'm allowed to self-deprecate.
Shut up. Fuck you too. You're
Self-deprecate
great.
all over you.
Oh. Excuse
Okay.
me.
It's time to stop.
Crap.
Mario Galaxy.
I thought he was going
Yeah.
to say Among Us.
He was gonna say, oh.
Solo.
Ah, ah, ah.
Yeah, that.
Ani.
Honey. Okay. Clanky.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Super
And Nick.
Mario RPG.
Fuck.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, Hedgehog, Donkey Kong 3, Adventures of Lolo 1 and 2, King's Knight, Dig Dug,
I'm
Chew
voting
and Boo.
I'm voting for Peggle.
Oh my God, 4-1.
You know what, Mick? I'm happy for you.
Well,
I'm proud
hang
of
on.
you.
Why did I do that? I have no idea why. No, I'm voting for Super Mario Galaxy.
All right, we'll take it back.
Oh no! Sorry. It's still one. Okay, I'm cool. I'm sticking with Peggle.
Okay.
Very Ninja Judge Maru.
Portal versus-
Just let him keep going in the background. It's great.
Does that mean I vote while he's singing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Portal versus Halo 3. Christian, go.
It's gonna be Portal. Well, with two of them, it starts to override people. Only one can say.
Okay, fair enough. I'll let him go.
Chris, I'm gonna say
It's Portal all the way.
Okay. Graham. Well,
Send me out with a bang. Say Halo 3.
I'm sorry, man.
Finish the fight.
Clanky.
yeah, I'm sorry, I'm giving it to Portal.
And Mick.
I'm giving. Yeah, I'll give it the Halo 3.
Okay, 3-2 Portal. All right. Team Fortress 2 versus Sam and Max Save the World.
There are Sam and Max weapons in Team Fortress 2 because of Poker Night in the inventory. So there's that.
Right, that stupid fucking hat. How can
And the
I
Luger.
forget?
Guys, if you vote for Team Fortress 2, then Sam and Max can't save the world.
Fuck it. I'd rather play Team Fortress 2 than save the world, dummy.
I just said that they can't save the world. You're not very good at listening.
I'm not.
All right. Christian.
Team Fortress 2 saves the world.
Taylor.
Sam and Max save the whoa,
Whoa.
as it's described, as it's written.
It's written on the bracket, yeah. Graham.
Team Fortress 2.
Yeah. Clanky.
Team Fortress 2.
Nick, stand
Nick.
by my side.
For posterity.
For
Stand
posterity,
with me.
I prefer Team Fortress 2, but I'll vote for Sam and Max just so that it doesn't get one vote.
Okay, gotcha. 3-2.
Ah, Eddie, my favorite.
Okay. Super Mario Galaxy versus Persona 3.
Well, this sucks.
It does.
I know what to vote for, but it sucks.
Fine. Yeah. Taylor, you are going first, though.
It's super close. It really is. If this was Persona 4 or 5,
It's
it would be different. I would say that Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy 1. So-
How close you're paying attention.
Back to me.
Okay. Graham.
Persona 3.
Okay. Clanky.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
Sonic the... Okay, I'm done.
All right. That means Mick is next. Yeah.
Super Mario Galaxy.
I'm gonna vote for Persona
Christian.
3, so Super Mario Galaxy will never be said ever again. No. It is with a heavy heart that I do vote for Super Mario Galaxy.
Taylor, your vote is for posterity.
It's 3-1.
Yeah.
All right, Persona 3.
Okay, 3-2.
I actually don't know which one I like more right now.
Wow.
Because I
Okay.
technically don't
I
have either
told
ranked
you
on my top
I was
list
very
because I
bad.
like their sequels better. So I actually don't know if I would compare these two, which one it is.
Right. Team Fortress 2 versus Portal.
Oh, come on with this Valve shit. Oh my god.
Hey, if you do Portal, you could get shit in Team Fortress 2 because of Poker Night at the inventory.
You know, the funny thing
What?
is, the funny thing about this is that this means that we had 3 games on this bracket that were part of the orange box.
Team Fortress
3?
2,
We had
Portal, and
TF2,
There's only-
Portal, and Peggle. Peggle was an orange box.
Peggle was in orange
No,
box?
it wasn't.
Yes, it wasn't. Yes, it was.
Is that
Look
what-
it up.
Oh my god, wait, Mick, that's where Peggle Extreme comes from, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, you're right.
This isn't serious, right?
Peggle Extreme is Peggle, but with Valve-inspired backgrounds that you have to, like,
Wow.
hit the pegs on. And, like, Bjorn has a head grab on his head.
The PC version of Orange Box came with Peggle Extreme.
Motherfucker, why didn't I open with that?
Whoa.
It's a crazy
Well, because we're not
add-on.
talking about Peggle Extreme, we're talking about Peggle.
Yeah.
Though Peggle
Okay,
Extreme
fair
would
enough.
count as one of the things we could talk about, because it is an add-on to the first game.
Oh, you mean like Peggle Knights?
I don't know.
No, Peggle Knights is like it's. I mean, hang on, good 1 second.
It doesn't matter.
That's Mick's campaign manager, letting him know how the poll is going.
You're losing in Nebraska.
Sir, they're making memes about you.
Yeah, back. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
One does not simply teach
Is
children.
Jeb beating you?
Can I say, literally, yes? If you compare my numbers to Jeb Bush's, I am horribly losing. I have at best single digits.
By the way, for those listening in podcast format, this is round imbecile.
This is round imbecile, yes. Taylor, you go first.
It's Portal.
Yeah. Graham.
Team Fortress 2.
Yeah. Clanky.
Portal.
Mick.
Does it matter what I vote for?
Yes.
Yes,
It's 2-1.
immensely.
Can I become? Can you come back to me? If is that an option?
Yes, I can
Yeah.
real quick.
No, Mick, that's never been something we've allowed.
In fact,
No,
Mick,
no. I mean, like, as in, am I the last one? I couldn't remember.
No, I'm the last
I know
one.
you meant. Yeah, Christian.
Mick, to give you more time, I'll tell a story. Yeah. So in like 6th grade, I wanted to be a part of like this friend group really, really bad. So one day the friend group during computer club, they sat me down and they were like, "We're gonna give you a gamer quiz." And you have to answer all the questions correctly to be a part of our group. And it was just pictures of Valve games. And that was why I ended up
That's
watching...
how you met Clanky.
No, Clanky was not part of this group yet. But that's how I ended up watching Portal.
Hey, can I like it's like, hey, design a quiz that would immediately make you not want to be a part of a group.
But yeah, no, it was because of this group that I ended up watching Portal, because I was like required to for homework. The quiz also featured Team Fortress 2 pictures, and I ended up playing that game way later, and I love it way more. So Team Fortress 2.
Okay, great story, Chris.
Holy shit!
What a story.
Just wanted to tell
story.
it. 'cause
It had twists.
It was
It had
Valve
drama.
related.
It had a great theme about social peer pressure.
I can't wait for the movie adaptation.
I know, right? He's gonna be right up there with Bill Fish and DK.
Mick, now you must decide.
Okay, and it's tied up?
It's tied
Yeah.
up.
Okay.
Nick, I would just like to remind you that you gave a whole campaign speech bit for one of these games. So if you don't vote for it, you're a fucking fraud.
Mick,
What else do you think politicians are?
which game?
Christian.
Mick.
Yeah.
Memories. Just think of memories. That's all I'll say.
Think about
Fortress
your
2.
Mick,
great.
your
Think about your great.
I said
Wait,
Team Fortress
wait,
2.
wait.
What were you gonna say?
Wait,
We might have to retract the vote because someone wants
Okay,
to reject.
listen, Clanky wants to say something, and I want to let him before I vote.
All right.
It's if it's already done, it's already done.
No,
but I was going.
no. He wants to hear you out.
Okay. All right. Portal has a great story underneath it all. The story for Team Fortress 2 is just for silly ha-has. Think
Is it a
about
comic
what
story?
emotionally drives you.
There is technically, yeah.
There's comics, yeah.
Yeah, the comics. The comics are good, don't get me wrong.
And the
Team
SFM
Fortress
videos
is
that are
great.
officially endorsed by Valve.
remember how
Yeah.
great the brevity of Portal shines?
Remember the silly cube that you carry around and you love?
Think fast, chuckle nuts.
Allow me
Cake
to
is a
quote.
lie.
Allow me to quote Shell.
Damn, that's powerful.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'll quote the pyro.
I don't remember the pyro drowning.
Assume the party position, or you'll miss the party.
All right, we might have to put a cutoff for Mick to decide what's up. We can do
Yeah.
this all
Okay.
day.
I think I'm
Yeah.
going to I'm gonna keep my vote with Team Fortress 2 because if you were to ask me,
Impeach Mick.
what would you? I haven't been
Impeach Mick.
elected yet. If you were gonna ask me what would I rather play, I'd be 100%. I'd be going 100% Portal, Team Fortress every time, because I just have so many great memories of that game. And I mean, Taylor, to your point, I think if I was gonna play Portal, I think I would play Portal 2. Even though I think its brevity is a
Yeah.
point in its favor,
Oh,
and that
of
it
course.
doesn't
I
overstay its
understand.
welcome. But
I understand. Impeach Mick.
You take a peach and you just give it to him.
Yeah.
Impeach.
Peach?
Well, you have to get him in the peach.
yeah, I was gonna say
Mick-
impeachment.
Mick and the giant peach. Anyway,
All right,
we got some big
on
rounds
Oh
out of this.
man, that one really
On
hurt.
to Dante's Inferno. Phoenix.
No,
Wright,
that game's
Ace
not on the
Attorney.
bracket.
No,
And it
Dante's
will
Inferno.
never be.
Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All versus Mario Party DS. The we are still starting with Taylor. Yeah, we've been starting with Taylor, so yeah.
Listen, math is fascinating and all, but Phoenix Wright is the awesome, cool lawyer game, and I like that one more.
Cool. Graham.
Thanks, right.
Clanky.
It's gonna be Justice for All.
Mick.
We cannot let the science
No,
deniers
you don't
take
get
a
to make
hold of our
speeches
democracy.
anymore. No, you're done. You're kaput. You're finished.
Mario Party. Read my lips. Mario Party DS.
People are mocking you on Twitter right now.
It's the same.
Yeah.
He just used the same speech in Texas that he did in California. I can't believe this.
Yeah.
He even forgot to replace the word California.
We're going to California and Washington and Michigan. We're gonna rock it in DC to take the White House.
I suppose.
And Christian.
I suppose math can only get us so far. Mario Party DS, I'm so happy you made it to 5th place. You lovable, lovable, wonderful game.
Clanky, what you did there was you juxtaposed, so it almost sounded like Howard Dean finished his speech with a Mario yell.
Yes, that was the idea. That was the idea.
Take back the White House!
He goes, yippee!
Then maybe he would have gotten elected.
Yeah, if he did a backwards long jump right after that, dude, it would be impossible not to vote for him.
Yeah. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations versus Bioshock. Taylor.
I don't often say this,
But when I
with
do,
much,
I
but with-
prefer Dos Equis.
Yes.
with much respect to the narrative integrity and impressiveness that is Bioshock.
Yeah.
One of these has a better story. And I know that on surface level, seems like it's Bioshock. But it is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations.
Yeah. Graham.
Ace Attorney.
Clanky.
Can you come back to me?
Of course. Mick.
Bioshock.
Christian.
With much love and respect to both games here,
Yeah.
I'm voting for Trials and Tribulations.
Oof. Clanky for posterity.
Oh, it's posterity? Oh, thank God.
3-1.
Oh my God. All right, Bioshock can get my vote. But oh man, this was a very tough vote.
Isn't a 3-1 always the best thing in the world? It's like, oh, thank God, I don't actually have
Yeah.
to think.
Yeah,
God.
exactly.
Oh my
exactly.
God, round 26. Are you fucking
20.
kidding me?
28 is going to be something.
28
Oh.
But
20.
first, we into the demarcation, whatever. We have Mario Party DS versus Team Fortress 2. The voting order has shifted. We are now starting with Graham.
Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, figured. Clanky?
Mario Party DS.
Mick?
What the fuck? Did I hear
Dude.
that right?
Dude,
Yeah,
I
what the
just like here's
Team Fortress
my
2.
thing. Here's my thing. And this is nothing against Team Fortress 2, and I guess this really isn't fair to it. But I've played the game so much that I'm just kind of sick of it, and I don't
get
think I
that.
really ever
I
want
get
to
that
play it
idea
again.
with a game.
You know what? Mario Party
Like-
DS.
My thing is I would never boot up Team Fortress 2 again, especially nowadays. But I would play Mario Party DS with you guys in a heartbeat.
Yeah. All right. I'm assuming it's 2-2 going to Taylor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So, I think at the end of the day, yeah, I like a ton of Mario Party games more. And yeah, I do respect Team Fortress 2 a lot. But it's like, if I'm playing Mario Party DS at this day and age, it's probably to play it with people, which is the same reason I'd be playing Team Fortress 2. So it's like, which multiplayer game would you rather play? The shooter or the Mario Party game? And then I remember, oh, that's right, I'm Taylor. Mario Party Ds.
Yep.
That's fucking insane. I actually can't believe it. That's fucking
You
insanity.
helped make it happen.
I did. I was originally going to vote for Team Fortress 2. But when you voted for
Wow.
Mario Party, I was like, holy shit, I can't resist getting
Wow.
into 4th place. What the fuck?
Before we even do this next one, what a weird Final Four this is going to be.
I'm very happy.
Wow.
It's been a while
Okay.
since I've been this happy.
Bioshock versus Super Mario Galaxy, which if things had rolled out differently, could have been the final two.
Yeah, I actually thought these two were going to be the final two.
Yeah. It's all bracket order and placement.
Yeah.
Graham.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Clanky.
Oh man. Can you come back to me?
Of course. Mick.
Bioshock.
Christian.
Super Mario Galaxy.
Taylor.
Bro, it's Super Mario Galaxy.
3-1 Clanky for posterity.
Oh man, Bioshock.
That hurts to see. That hurts to see.
Clearly, we've just abandoned all logic. I'm not actually talking about. No. I understand why Super Mario Galaxy is winning. I'm just like looking at the rest of the bracket, and I'm like, what are we doing, people?
Well, it's the weirdest Final Four we've ever had because it's Phoenix Wright versus Phoenix Wright, Mario versus
so
Mario.
let me just say right now, I did not expect round 28 to ever come into existence.
You know, I know you weren't confident that Phoenix Wright was getting to the finals, but I was confident that at least one of these games was going to be.
You know
one
what
of
it
the
is?
two.
You know what it is? I knew that enough people knew what it was, but today, the reason that this is going to be one of my favorite brackets we've ever done is because I learned firsthand just how much you guys care about Ace Attorney, and that makes me so fucking happy. Like, I can't even tell you guys how happy it's made me to hear, like, to see you guys vote for it over Bioshock, over Mario Galaxy. It's fucking, it's like, I'm gonna have a heart attack of happiness.
Ace, Trials and Tribulations beating Super Mario Galaxy is one of the most shocking developments in the history of the Yearlies because I genuinely thought that was going to go to the end unopposed.
Jordan,
and yet here we are.
I would love for you to sit down and experience Ace Attorney sometime and just try to understand. I know you care about murder mysteries. You love Knives Out. You love Glass Onion. You could love Ace
Taylor,
Attorney too.
I'll say it from the bottom of my heart. I would love to.
Let's do it, man. I'll play it with you.
Let's do it. Before we get into the duel of the fates of the Phoenix Wrights, we have Mario Party DS versus Super Mario Galaxy.
You could call it a dual destiny. Sorry. All right, go ahead.
A dual screen on the DS, Mario Party DS. But I can't believe it made it this far.
Yeah, me either.
Are we okay?
No, we're not. Clearly, look at our bracket.
Look at Mick's campaign numbers.
They're dropping like flies.
I've given up on the bit because I'm just so frustrated at this bracket.
Yeah, as usual, our happiness equals Mick's disdain.
But you have two of the same game on the bracket.
Mick, I'm serious.
I think it's going to become very clear once we vote they're not the same game. But we'll get to that when we get to that.
We start with Graham.
Trials and Tribulations. That's
No,
what
that
it's
is
called.
No.
You confused the hell out of me. Super Mario Galaxy.
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry, that was my bad. Clanky.
Galaxy.
Mick.
Mario Party DS.
I know he did that to be edgy, but
edgy.
I don't know. Just the way he did it. It sounded like he was doing it to like get back at someone, and like
I don't know. I don't know what I'm
No,
doing
it
here.
sounded like he was.
You know
doing
how
it
I
with
feel?
someone.
I feel like right now I feel like fucking what's his name, Will Ferrell at the end of Zoolander. It's just one look. Am I the only one who notices this? Am I taking crazy pills?
You know what? No, this has become. Have any of you? The answer is going to be no. But have any of you ever seen the movie Bullworth?
What?
Hang on, you cut out.
Describe it to me after the bracket.
It's about a politician that's a nervous breakdown. Anyway,
fair.
what was it? Who's next?
Right.
Christian.
Yeah. I stuck with Mario Party DS for Team Fortress 2. I don't know why I did, but I'm gonna keep doing
Why
it.
did you?
I'm gonna vote for Mario Party DS.
2-2. Taylor.
It's 2-2.
Yeah.
Look, this should not be very
Hey.
hard.
Professor, at least you'll have tenure. Mario Galaxy.
I couldn't be more grateful.
You've had such great killing lines today. All right. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All versus Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. We've
All right, hey guys,
talked about this.
it's incredible. These two games, these two beasts of games, have made it here back to back. Never thought it would happen. Trials and Tribulations is so much better than Justice for All. It's not even fucking funny.
I will to listen. I agree with you, Taylor. But to come to Justice for All's defense really quick, I think that the last case in that game is the best case in any Phoenix Wright
No,
game.
I understand that mentality, and definitely the argument can be made. I understand it. I would never take away someone's opinion on that, but I personally disagree. I
Yeah,
get
no,
it.
that's fair.
Like
That's fair.
they're both so excellent and like triple S tier that like it's such by a small margin, but the complete package of Trials and Tribulations, how it offers a complete story, it just does everything better.
That's what it boils down to at the end of the day, is that even though I think that Justice for All has the best case in the series, I think that Trials and Tribulations is the best overall package.
Yes.
Sorry, I just realized what's going to win this entire thing, and I'm in awe. Okay, we start with Graham.
I accidentally already voted Trials Tribulations.
Okay. Clanky.
Trials and Tribulations.
Mick.
Justice for All.
Christian.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know both these games. I played the first game. Anytime any of these games comes up in discussion, it's always, but everything's so great about Trials and Tribulations. I've never heard anything bad about Trials and Tribulations. I'm voting for Trials and Tribulations.
3-1. Taylor.
AT&T.
Beautiful. 4-1.
I know that it's not technically the abbreviation, but like this was my only chance.
All right. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All versus Super Mario Galaxy.
I want to see Super Mario Galaxy for second place. Let's see it.
I think the voting order shifts, and we now start with Clanky.
Oh, this is tough. I might regret this, but I'm gonna say Galaxy.
Mick.
Galaxy.
Christian.
My wish was granted. Galaxy.
Taylor.
As you said, wish granted, it's Galaxy.
Graham. Ba, 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 ba.
Oh shit, it didn't have to be a 5-0, guys. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's Justice for All. I love Ace Attorney, but it's Justice for All.
But Justice for All got to third place.
Yeah, no, I was not ready for that. What a bracket, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And
over
if there's
Bioshock,
anything,
Team Fortress 2, and Portal.
Okay. I made a promise.
I know.
And unlike most politicians, I'm going to keep them.
That's how the arc concludes.
if there's anything I
Wow.
hate right now, it's knowing that one of these is going to be the only game that gets into our final bracket, and that I can't have both of them.
Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations versus Super Mario Galaxy. What a final two.
Christian, I stand corrected. You're good at this. You're good at making predictions. I didn't think. I underestimated people's Ace Attorney passion, and I'm not going to do that again. And that's.
Wow.
I'm so happy to be able to say that.
Wow. All right. We start with Clanky.
Trials and Tribulations.
Mick.
Super Mario Galaxy or Democracy Dies.
Super Mario Democracy.
Christian.
I believe one of the reasons you may have underestimated how well Trials and Tribulations was going to do was maybe you did not foresee how many times I was going to vote for it. When I played the first Phoenix Wright and played through the later cases in that game, it really did elicit that feeling of this, like, incredible piecing these puzzles together and lightning strikes in your head. And I'm able to at least use that experience to know that these games are better and will give me a feeling greater than that. And that is why I was able to vote for Trials and Tribulations so many times. And the only reason that I'm not voting for Trials and Tribulations is because it's going up against the best fucking Mario game ever made. Like, you don't... That's like... That's like if Mick tried to run against Abraham Lincoln. Like, fucking...
Yeah, I couldn't do that. What are you kidding me?
And that's not necessarily...
Well, Sam and Max did it.
That's true.
That's
Well,
not
it was the
necessarily...
real Abraham Lincoln.
That's not necessarily quality.
It was
I
his
think in
stunt
terms of,
double.
I think in terms of quality, these games
You're closer than you might think.
I think in terms of quality, these games are probably around the same, but the nostalgia factor, the importance factor of my life, and the ways that Super Mario Galaxy inspired me as a designer and inspired me as like wanting to play more games like it and just cultivate my love for Mario. I'll come back to you about Trials and Tribulations when I play it, because it's going to happen, but I'm going to vote for Super Mario Galaxy.
Taylor.
What's the score?
It's 2-1 Super Mario Galaxy.
Okay. Christian, as you summed it up, the feelings that run through your body when you experience a high in Ace Attorney are unbeatable. And this game, just being in the world of Ace Attorney, brings me to tears. Like, not even if a scene is sad, I'm so empowered by what's going on. I just let out tears because of just how happy it makes me. The music, the characters, the style, the way things feel like a shonen battle in the form of law, the rising up against evil and crushing them down, and their mask shatters and they break down into a rigorous display of this villain has been trampled. It is such a cathartic, amazing feeling that no other franchise is really, truly able to recreate. And I'm constantly looking to find things that can capture even half of the spirit of Ace Attorney. And if there's one problem I have with Ace Attorney, it's that it set the bar too high. That even something with as perfect of gameplay as Mario Galaxy can't top how Ace Attorney will make me feel. And I am very, very happy and proud to be able to cast my vote for Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations.
It's 2-2. And it all comes down to Grant.
Trials and Tribulations.
Folks,
I don't have a speech like the others, but...
Well, not everyone needs a speech.
You guys ever look at a word long enough that it gets weird? I'm looking at Phoenix and it's like Phoenix.
Yeah. Folks, the winner of the Yearlies 2007, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations.
I didn't think it would happen. I really didn't.
Neither did I.
And I'm so happy it did.
With a bracket of so many great games.
Yeah,
this one
in
coming out on top.
2007, no less. That's the real takeaway for me.
This is a surprise outcome that I am 100% okay with.
Like,
Oh
you can
my
just look at
God.
the games that Trials and Tribulations beat. Super Mario Galaxy, Bioshock, Persona 3, Team Fortress 2, the other Phoenix Wright game.
Guys, I would like to take a moment to thank all of you, not even just the audience. I would like to thank you, my friends here doing the Yearlies with me, for just being a part of this amazing bracket. This was such a fucking ride. I had such a good time tonight.
Hi, everybody. Believe it or not, you just watched the Yearlies 2007. I hope you're all right.
I'm not.
Hey, pick that up off the floor. Pick that up off the floor. You know what I'm talking about.
Ooh.
Walk the dogs.
Goodbye, everybody. And you, Vivian.
Ooh, got him.
Subscribe.